All right. I believe we are live. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good centered up. All right. Good morning, everybody. As always, if I am sounding audibly okay, hit that number one. Thanks, Jim, Fairchild, Kyle. Excellent. Frank, thank you. And if I sound okay, mic-wise, hit that number one. Good morning, Bruce, with the one. Very good. Henster, all right. I'll just make the assumption now that I am sounding good. Chad, thank you very much. I like it. The likes are coming up. The Encourage Network, thank you. Thank you. Michael, good morning. Oh, well, we're right at a key spot right now. Oh boy. Talk about timing of, what would that be here? Oh, all right. I might be buying this breakout here. Oh, did I miss it? I think I missed it. Sky, Evan, good morning. Bevan, what do I think about investing in Plug Power? I know nothing about Plug Power. If I remember right, it's like trading for like it's a penny stock right now. So seems like a risky investment, but like I said, I don't know anything about you or your risk or kind of your approach or strategy. Maybe you have a portion in your portfolio of super high risks investments. So that's probably where that one would belong. I'm halfway through my account on second day. Very nice, Sky Heaven. Awesome. And if I remember right, you did the 50K, I think. Good morning, Alan. All right, I'm still wondering, should I just hop in here? Maybe just put the stop down. Oh, the irony of the live stream sometimes. Been tracking this trend line here, and then right when the live stream starts, that's basically right when it was right up around that area. Whoa, Bevan, you are hopping all over the place. 1 minute you're asking about investing in Plug Power, now you want to know about the trading software I'm using. So are you a trader or investor or what? You were hopping all over the place. Chris, good morning. Kevin from Lakeland, Florida, good morning. Darn it. Well, I don't know if one of you had this line drawn in here. Hopefully you took the break. Because as you see here, I did not. Hey Ryan, good to see you. Well, at this point, I mean, obviously there's no, well, I don't know if it's obvious, but I'll tell you there are no guarantees, but I don't think anybody would be too shocked at this point if it gets up to that white line. That white line is just representing the high of the day, which you can see was from back here. As far as what trading software I'm using, that is a twofold question. Because I'm day trading futures through a prop firm. So the first part of that is if you go to the link that you see at the top of the screen, you would go and select the purchasing power you want, which would be right here. And then during the checkout process, you would say, they'll ask you what platform. And the one I select and the one that you're seeing is Tradeovate. You do not need to go to Tradeovate and create a new account. The prop firm does all that for you. So you just go there and then they'll send you the login information. And then at that point, you just go to Tradeovate itself and get logged in. But yeah, it's actually a very nice process because like I said, the prop firm will create the account for you. But that is who I'm using. So twofold question. I'm using Take Profit Trader as my prop firm. And then through the prop firm, I'm using Tradeovate. Got my pro account, reading through the contract to see what I'm signing into. Yeah, just like your firstborn, nothing too serious, force fed. Took a great trade this morning, now locked myself out for the day, but eager to keep. Yeah, on this one right here, did you just go long? I mean, talk about a crazy opening. Opening 2 minutes, big spike up, and then a brutal move down to just then go straight back up. But yeah, it was second day in a row. Yesterday's open was really spicy too. Took the short on that. Oh boy, at the top. Well, yeah, congrats. I don't how. I'm trying to see if I see what you see. How did you just? Well, what was your rationale? But how did you get to the top? I don't see anything on the chart that would make you. I'm not saying you're wrong. Just out of curiosity, how did you basically nail the top? What were you looking at? Again, friendly reminder: if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, make sure you hit that like button. If you've never been here before, it's great to have you. Welcome. No need to hit the like button. I understand you don't know if you're going to enjoy this, but yes, if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, please hit that like button. As the likes creep higher and higher, it was a good guess. Okay, so it's just okay. Well, I don't know, Ryan, if that's going to be a sustainable strategy. With all due respect, to just guess shorts when things are just exploding. But I'm glad it worked out for you. But maybe I'm missing something within your what you're saying. But yeah, it was a good guess. But the fact that it was just a guess has me nervous. Well, I was hoping for a bit, and it still may come. I'm watching for maybe a pullback here to this breakout point. Will something like that happen? That's what I'm keeping a close eye on right now. But yes, if you're just getting logged on, literally when the stream started, it was basically putzing around right there, and I just wasn't quite focused enough to take advantage. But what do you mean you had nothing to lose? I don't know. I don't. All I'm seeing, Ryan, is a lot of bad things. I see guess. I see was itching to get in. Itching to get in is like what we're forced. So it makes sense why you totally decided to just guess, because you were itching to get in. So you were having FOMO. You wanted to force a trade, so you just took a guess. Although I don't know what you mean by you had nothing to lose. Hey, Ryan, just as an outsider reading all that, I see a lot of kind of red flag words. Man, it just keeps on grinding up at this point. Oh, I see. Okay. It was just on a free account. Gotcha. All right. Okay. All right. That context makes more sense. Gotcha. Yes, because I was just, as a general rule of thumb, in my opinion at least, if you ever find yourself, and I'm just talking about people just in general, to all of us as traders in general, if you find yourself, quote unquote, itching to get into a trade, maybe go for a walk. Maybe just step away from put the phone down, put the tablet down, take a step away from the computer. Had an 1100 day for the first trade within my... Nice job, Stusher. Good job. Is this just going to turn into a slow grind now? Not even going to give me a pullback? Oh, I never did ask. How's everybody's days going today? I'm just a rude savage. But yes, how's people's days going today? Hopefully everybody's having a decent day. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. There we go. Now I'm suffering from a little bit of FOMO here. I wanted to get in on the trendline break. I was like, okay, let me look for a pullback, and it just hasn't even pulled back. Much better now. Did you take that break right there, Jim? Did you buy the breakout? Are you still in? Please tell me you're still in. At least one person took it. Oh, all right. Well, at least you followed up with your stop. It's good stuff. Good stuff. I have that breakout marked and got distracted. Bummer. Trader, third day, trading my test account, scalped that breakout and took a small gain. Nice. Congrats, trader. I wish I could say your name, but good morning. Binan, Hong. And I'm sure I'm not saying that right, but good morning. And thank you again for that super chat yesterday, the cookies that you bought the kids. That was very kind of you. Oh my goodness, just grinding away. Again, for context, if you showed up a little bit late, right when the live stream started, when I was still trying to kind of get my bearings, get everything squared away, the price was basically knocking on the yellow line. And to be fair, I did. I had my chance to get in, but I just wasn't quite there yet mentally. So I kind of fumbled around, and I totally missed it. Hey, good morning, bro. Solona. Yeah, I know. I remember you, Hex. You're the guy that never. Yeah, I remember you. I'll just leave it at that. What's the max account? You mean the number of? You can have 5 accounts. You can have 5. You can have 5 accounts at once and copy trade them if you want. You can call Spider Lily. I'll try to remember Spider Lily, but I don't know if I'm gonna, without your name actually being Spider Lily, I'm not quite sure I'm gonna remember to call you that in the future. But I'll do my best. I will do my best. Oh, sorry, K Kim, I missed your message, but yes, good morning. What's the ES doing? Barely any pullbacks at all. Well, it is what it is at this point. Do you see yourself trading futures for a long time? I mean, I guess I don't. I guess yeah. I don't know. I don't know what exactly you mean by that. As in, do you think that I'm like? Do you think that like? Do you think I would go back to like day trading options or stocks or something? Yeah, I have zero plans of ever going back to day trading stocks or options. But I don't know. In theory, I don't know. Does a futures market like all of a sudden get really like you know untradeable? I guess potentially, but yeah, I guess Ahmed, I don't know what you're getting at. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Do I think this slow grind will hit last week's high? Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm just trying to figure out what I think it's going to do in the next couple minutes. I know, like, that, I've learned over the years that, like, I get it. And this is all just based off of, just Wall Street, like, analysts, right? They give these bigger long-term price targets. So people have to be like, I think today we're going to go all the way up there. And it's just like, oh, okay, maybe, but I'm not quite sure how that's actually relevant, especially if you're a day trader. Like, let's just focus on the next 5 minutes. But I do get it. Like, if you can make a call where you're saying it's going to go, up to some level that's really far away, then it's, like, pretty impressive and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, for me, I don't know. Because like I said, I'm literally just trying to figure out what it'll do in the next few minutes. And this thing, like I said, does not pull back. Does not pull back at all. Unbelievable. Hey, morning, Will. Okay, good. I'm glad I answered it for you. Well, we're doing great on likes. Almost at 50, and we're only 15 minutes in. So if you're not familiar with the channel, the live stream is how long I go is based off of people's interest levels. If people are interested, then I'll keep streaming. Yesterday, I think we set a new record. It was like 4 hours and 25 minutes or something. But like I said, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. That is very real. That's not a vanity metric. That's communicating to me if people are still interested, if people are entertained, if people are finding value. And as long as I know that that is indeed the case, then yeah, I'll keep the party going. So like I said, hitting that like button is very helpful, and it has a real impact. Hey, Spider Lily. Very kind of you again. Hit that like button. Very nice of you to do that. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're liking the content. Do you use calendar events and trade around them? Yeah, well, some calendar events you have to be aware of with the prop firms, because some prop firms, they don't want you trading during certain news releases. But yes, I am aware of them for sure. Just saw your intro to futures. Been messing with the sim for a little while. About to lock in with a prop firm. Great. Awesome. Well, hopefully you decide to use Take Profit Trader, who is what I would recommend you use. And then hopefully you decide to use code Clay. So you get the discount and you can support the channel. Look at this thing. It just refuses to pull back now at this point. But then, Vinny, going back, like, do I use calendar events in the sense of, okay, it's FOMC, I'm just going to buy, 10 seconds before, the FOMC, and then just see what happens, cross my fingers, say a little prayer. No, I don't use it in that sense. I just use it because I don't want to be stuck in a trade when it could go just bonkers in either direction. So, yeah, this is crazy. I mean, you could. Well, what are you talking about? A pulled back there? Okay, I get you're fair. Okay, a little bit of a pullback, but by no means anything that I'd consider any sort of. Oh yeah, 10 points looks kind of like child's play at this point now on this one. There's FOMC today. I don't know if that's true. I don't remember seeing anything about I thought today was a pretty. I know there was the Jolt report earlier, but I don't remember anything about FOMC. No, at least on the calendar that I use, I don't see anything about Oh, I was asking. Well, Andre, question marks go a long way. It looked like a statement when you just said FOMC today. But since it was a question, no. There is not FOMC today. Gold is my baby. Can't lie, you guys. Oh my! See, that's what I mean. Some people they're just in the gold cult, even though it does not trade as good as NQ. They're like, I'm still gonna just do that. So why, Raminson? Like, why are you so obsessed with gold? Like, out of pure curiosity, don't you think it makes sense to trade the things that move smooth, like? This, smoothly. I was talking about this yesterday. It's weird. Like, it's like Bitcoin or like crypto people. They're like, okay, Clay, I'll do futures, but I'm only going to do a futures that revolves around crypto. Because, like, they refuse to step out of the crypto space. That's almost like these gold people. They're like, okay, Clay, I'll do futures, but I'm only going to do gold futures. Because for some reason, like, even if there's other better things to trade within the futures market, they're just like, no, I'm not veering out of, I'm not veering out of my comfort zone. Hi Clay, just wondering, how did you ever manage? I've never traded with Apex. I have never traded with Apex. I only recommend Apex because a lot of members that I trust, part of my private community, use them. But yeah, I've never used Apex. Maybe a little bit more of a pullback here. Hey, Clay, what do you think of natural gas trading? No, I think go with what works. Go with what is very smoothly moving. So just start off with ES, or I should say really MES or MNQ. Like people are making this too difficult. I guess to be fair, is natural gas like a really smooth moving chart? Like, do they get a bunch of volume and it's really smooth moving? Is natural gas? I've never heard of natural gas, like anybody trading that one. Ramison. Okay, fair enough, Ramison. I appreciate the feedback. I'm the 44th person to smash the like button. Thank you. But why, Ivan? Why is it the second person talking about plug today? Why? Are they having a really big day or something? I mean, I guess, but like, what? Seems kind of random that Ivan is the second person that's talking about plug. Plug power looks like. No. Plug was never at. They were never at $1,300. That's because there's a bunch of reverse splits. What is that one stock? For the people that are here on the Saturday morning live stream, that one guy always comes and pumps that stock. That's pure garbage. And it's the craziest reverse split thing that I've ever seen. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? What was that ticker symbol? Hey, Sergio. What was that? Oh, yeah. No. I think it was TNXP. Okay, so this is what a lot of people do not understand. I think. Yeah, all right. Yes. This is what a lot of people understand or don't understand. Is that just because a company never goes bankrupt does not mean that you as an investor won't lose all your money. Because there are these things called reverse splits. And yeah, we only talk about 2 prop firms in here. So a reverse split is just basically a manipulation of the share structure. So then the chart starts to look a little bit goofy. And if a company has a lot of reverse splits, again, reverse splits are slaughtering the common shareholder. That's what happens. The company gets to stay in business. The company gets to raise money, but it's at the expense of the common shareholder. Common shareholders get crushed because, sure, you still have shares, but with enough reverse splits, you could eventually own like 0.0007 shares, which basically is nothing at that point. So check out this chart that's had a ton of reverse splits. Now, the untrained eye is going to be like, wait a second. This stock at this point, at one point in time, traded for $13.5 billion per share. No, this never traded for $13.5 billion per share. But this piece of garbage company has done so many reverse splits over the years that they've distorted their chart to look like this. So just keep that in mind as an investor. Just because the company sticks around, if all they're doing is reverse splits and then reverse splits and then reverse splits, yeah, the company gets to stay in business, but as far as your investment is concerned, it goes to zero. So like I said, I get it. Like, I would think that showing up, okay, if the company goes bankrupt, then I lose all my investment. But no, that's not how it works. You can lose all your investment and the company can never go bankrupt. But yeah, TNXP, crazy. I've never seen a chart like this on reverse splits where they've done so many that at one point it shows up as having traded for $13.5 billion per share. Wild. Gray-haired mountain biker. How much time does it take to set up an account and get going? Gray-haired mountain biker, not very long. With Take Profit Trader, not long. That was a penny stock a few months ago. Yeah, exactly, Sergio. But once more, they did, you guessed it, another reverse split. Hey, TJP. And I know, TJP, you are a real person. So that is good. Hey, let's get 5 more likes. Let's just push this up over 50 likes. So if you have not yet hit that like button, hit that like button. Let's make this let's create a little momentum over there. Get this up over 50 likes. Interesting. NQ is very volatile and therefore complex in terms of fun. But I just got a bit of an complex. Yeah, Flopcop, you mentioned fundamentals. I don't use fundamentals in my trading. I'm a technical trader, so I'm just using the technical chart. Nice, 57 likes. That's how we do it. So yeah, Flopcop. Again, I'm not saying if you use fundamentals in your trading, fine. But yeah, that's I'm more of a technical trader, and I'm just looking at the chart. I guess we got to pull back here, and I totally got distracted. Wasn't even paying attention to what I was seeing here. I wanted the IBH retest. Yep, I have no idea what IBH is. Clay, I have a... do you have a question? Clay, I have a question. So are you asking me if you have a question? Can you short sell pre-market? Yep. Oh, I'm glad, Ramison, I am glad you're no longer doing options. Day trading options is the devil. Is the devil. Preach, I love you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm waiting for a pullback to the 640 level. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to wait that long, but yeah, I don't think you're crazy for doing that. I can see the logic there. I'm almost thinking of a short up here, mainly based more so on the 5-minute. Looking, these candles here have me thinking that maybe, just maybe, this upwards move is finally kind of going to run out of some steam, but I'm not totally convinced that I'm going to do a short yet, but yeah, I'm thinking of it. Oh, okay, I already read that. I'm going to go for a buy there at that green line in. What platform are you using? Morning Clay. Happy days. Really true, Clay. I'm not sure what that is in regards to, but I'm glad I said something that you believe to be really true. But yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly. Ramison, that is incorrect, sir. This is not Ninja Trader. The rule here is to counter trend. It's to counter trade. No, that's only for Loyal Wiz. I think that only works for Loyal Wiz. Ivan, I'll answer that question after I see how this trade plays out. Yeah, this is definitely not Ninja Trader. Push up, brother. That's right, Carlos. You know your place, boy. You know your place. You know to show respect. Carlos knows his place. Isn't rollover week coming up? Yeah. I don't know when. It's definitely got to be coming up relatively sooner than later. Took off 2. Put this a little bit in green territory. So this will be a winning trade no matter what. We'll see if we can get more of a bump. And I'm out. I think next week. Why do you say unfortunately? What's unfortunate about a rollover? I've never noticed any sort of difference in the price action. Well, yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Can't say I've noticed it. Ivan, what platform am I using? That is Lawless. We're still waiting for you to actually give us some actual numbers. Don't think we forgot, Lawless. I'm not answering a single one of your questions until you start to map out some of the things that, I don't know, that was like last week. Made a bunch of bold claims. We asked you for some more details, and then you just disappeared. So you need to start answering some of our questions, brother, before we start answering yours. So what platform am I using? In fact, Lawless, I was literally singing you a song. Lawless, Lawless. Was anybody here when I sang the Lawless song last week? Because we were wondering where Lawless went. Showed up talking a big game, and then he just disappeared. Lawless, Lawless. So what platform am I using? Ivan, that's a twofold question because I'm day trading futures through a prop firm. So phase 1 would be getting the prop firm, and the one that I use and recommend is up at the top of the screen there. Take Profit Trader, and step 1 would be you select your purchasing power. So after you select your purchasing power, then it will ask you during the next step. We'll be like, okay, well, what platform do you want? And what I'm using and what you see here is Tradovate. So you select that. And then the key thing here is you do not need to go to Tradovate separately and create an account there. You get to skip that step because the prop firm, which again is Take Profit Trader, they'll create your account for you, and then they'll send you the login details. And then you just go to Tradovate and you log in with the information. So it's actually a very convenient step where you don't have to go and go through the hassle of signing up for the broker. So it's a 2-step thing. Step 1, use the prop firm, Take Profit Trader, and then through the prop firm, I'm using Tradovate. So hopefully that makes sense, brother. This is looking good. I might be interested in taking another long. Yes, Ivan. And if what do you trade right now, Ivan? No, you're fully wrong, Ramison. You're fully wrong. That's okay, though. We're all wrong every now and then. That's like you saying, what is that? And you're looking at Doritos. And you're like, oh, that's a Pepsi. And the person's like, no, those are Doritos. Oh, well, I was half right because Pepsi owns Doritos. No. So you don't trade. No, I do not. I used to day trade stocks, Andre, but day trading stocks, day trading options, day trading future, or day trading forex, day trading crypto is really garbage compared to futures. Very inefficient. Does investing in hard to borrow stock? I mean, all those sorts of things, Sergio, that's fine if you want to invest in them, but I would hope that's just a small portion of a portfolio because those are like high risk investments. Also, you seem to be operating under a premise that like shorts are like big evil people that influence stocks and create all this harm. No, that's not how that. A lot of people like to blame shorts for things, but it's not the shorts. So you should, if you're in a quality company, the shorts should. You should actually love shorts. Should I trade futures instead of stocks? Well, what kind of trading are you talking about? Are you talking about swing trading, investing, or day trading? Okay, Ivan, you don't same question to you, Ivan. Are you day trading crypto and stocks, or are you like swing trading? Oh yeah, for sure. So what kind of stocks do you trade, Soul Tundra? Oh yeah. Futures are way better than stocks and crypto. Way better. Yeah, Carlos, same here. I have nothing against stocks in the category of investing. I invest in stocks. But yeah, in the category of uh, day trading stocks is very inefficient. Right at the pivot point. Trying to make a move up. It's time to YOLO, Clay. All right, K-Storm, let us know how it turns out. Let us know how your YOLO turns out. That's where I'm at right now. Day trading futures, investing in stocks. Yep. Again, Soul Tundra. Like, what's a type of stock that you would day trade? Because it's quite straightforward, quite black and white to illustrate how day trading stocks is very inefficient. What we preach around here, anybody that's new, we preach Pam's Plant. Pam's Plant is a strategy for day trading, which is day trading futures through a prop firm. And these are all the reasons why it makes a whole lot of sense and is the most efficient way to go about it. So none of this is an argument to say that, well, you can't make money day trading stocks or you can't make money day trading future options. No, you can make money, trading those other things, but it's a matter of efficiency. I would argue you are working harder, not smarter, when you're trading those other things. This breaks looks weak. Yeah, I do agree. I'm not sure I'm totally convinced. Maybe thinking of getting a short here. Yeah, maybe every now and then I use a 1 minute chart. Ryan is in at 21,663. Stop loss is at 21,700. Roger that. Yeah, if it comes up to here and then comes back down, I'm going to try to grab a short on it. So let's see if it wants to push up through the white line. No, that's what I wanted on that candle. Clay traded, well, sometimes. Sometimes I'm pretty consistent. Other days, like yesterday, not so good. Come on. Ah. All right. Small little trade there. I should still be in. Even if this thing comes up and goes through the highs, I should still be in, for the record. Like I said, even if the price comes up here and would have stopped me out for a loss, doesn't matter. That was a bad trade. I made money on it, but that was a bad trade. I should still be in on the short side. Our bot attack person is apparently back. My ultrasound. Are you here, my ultrasound? Are you here? Speak up in the chat room if you're here. So no, these numbers right now are all, they're fake. Last week I upset somebody. I guess they're still upset. Putzing around up around this prime for a sweep. Okay, so how are you going to make money on the sweep, YT? I don't know. I don't even know what prime for a sweep. I don't know what primed for a sweep even means. But okay, let's take that statement and let's make that actually applicable. So where would your entry point be and where would your stop loss be, YT? So that you can make money from this sweep. How would you play that? I stopped out of my YOLO 125 loss. Well, that's not really a YOLO then, is it? Took a long just before the 10 a.m. so you just flat out gambled and it worked out. I'm glad your gamble worked out. Congrats, though. I don't know if that's going to be sustainable per se, but I'm glad that one worked out. YT, for real though, I'm super interested. I'm always hearing people talk about these sweeps and this and that. So like, how do you make money from how would you plan to make money from a sweep? You said it's primed for a sweep, okay, but how would you make money, YT? Where'd your entry point be? And then where's your stop at? I hope indices will go up all day. You must be long. If I had a guess, if I had a sneaky suspicion, I would guess you are long. YT, where did you go? Hello, YT? Are you like Lawless? Are you and Lawless related? When do you trade? What do you mean, when do I trade? I've already made 2 trades. You mean, when do I go live? A little bit more clarity, please. Okay, YT, we're asking for specific levels, though. So, like, where is your entry point, and then where'd your stop loss be? So, like, surely you can look and you can define, not yet until lower low. Okay, well, what would that lower low level be? Again, I'm trying to learn about all this sweep stuff. But I'm starting to also learn that people just show up and they just say, like, the broad statements. But then you try to nail them down, and it's like, they don't give you any more information. I was wondering if, when I streamed, yeah, I go live every day at 11 a.m. Usually I'm here a little early, which is why I always tell people, subscribe, turn on notifications so you know that when I'm here. Then trade from breaker. Okay, well, if you're, YT would be very helpful for everybody here if you gave some actual numbers. Right now it's just broad statement trading. But yeah, if you gave some numbers, that'd be very helpful. That'd be way more interesting. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay, I'm not. I don't even. I don't even know if YT's a real person. Or are they a bot? They just continue to just talk in broad statements. We would love to hear some actual numbers though at YT if you wanna give us an actual trade plan at some point. Sorry, I'm breakdancing. Gotcha. Yeah, he's breakdancing right now. I'm in for a long. Take that scalp. There's another little quick scalp. I'm on phone at the moment. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, well, whenever you get a chance, YT, like I said, I think it would be helpful for everybody if you gave some actual numbers. Those can always be very easy to see more so what you're looking at. But we get it. You're breakdancing right now, and I don't know, New York City or something. I'm picturing you breakdancing in the park in New York City, something crazy like that. I'm just a beginner. Give me a... Oh. Why? Okay, well, given you're a beginner, let me give you some advice. You are setting yourself up to deceive yourself with broad statements like you are. Because it's super easy to trade and therefore deceive yourself in broad statements. For example, drawing that trend line right... Whoops. Drawing this trend line right here. And then saying, oh yeah, I see the trend line, I'd buy the trend line. Well, if anybody was here at the beginning of the live stream, you saw that it didn't quite play out that way. But when you look back, it's like, oh yeah, I said to buy the breakout or the trend line and it broke out there. I would have been a winning trade. Or I like this right here. Oh, I think this is going to pull back and then go up. And it's like, okay, I mean, that's true. It did pull back and then go back up. But like, that doesn't mean that you would have made any money from it because, I don't know. Did you get in and then you got stopped out before it went back up? Maybe you never actually got filled. So broad statements of, I think this is going to do this or that, that doesn't really mean anything. So that's, I think, given you're a beginner, I would really encourage you in that regard to hold yourself accountable, and you hold yourself accountable by actually putting out exact values. Okay, what is my entry going to be? What is my stop going to be? Because yes, it's easy to look back and with a broad statement and be like, oh yeah, I was right. Because it did. It went down and went back up. Oh, I was right. I would have made money. No, trading's a little bit more harder than that. Yeah, Subway. That's what I was thinking. Like, I picture it like he's in the Subway or something right now. Do I limit myself to... No. I will say that this afternoon, late morning afternoon trading that I do, somebody else, I think they're just, Carlos was like, ooh, 5 contracts, baller. So basically mocking me, but it's just like, well, I'm not the greatest afternoon trader. The only reason why I now trade afternoons is because this live stream has kind of turned me into an afternoon trader. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself and be like, I'm a great afternoon trader, and I'm not going to go like trade NQs or stuff like that. So I need to factor that in. So I do factor it in via just, the position size and the type of contracts that I'm trading. So... But no, I don't limit myself per se in the number of trades, but I do manipulate the situation in the sense of, the type, my size, and then the type of contract that I'm trading. Okay, Storm long at 543. Oh, they're waiting for a while. Okay, K-Storm's waiting for quite a bit more of a pullback. Yeah, I usually trade the morning. The opening bell. The first 90-ish minutes, I enjoy quite a bit. That's what I've always traded. I do not live stream during that time, though, because I do have a private community. So I want my attention to be focused on them. Sun. Entry on 10-minute NQ6 and stuff. I like it. I like it. I like to see in the chat right now, we have K-Storm, we have Sun giving these numbers before the price gets to those levels. That's the chef's kiss alert right there. That's how you do it. No broad statements, no armchair quarterbacking, no hindsight trading. That's good stuff. Oh, sorry then, Carlos. I misread the situation. I thought you were just saying that in a mocking fashion, but apparently I misread that. So sorry about that, Carlos. I hope you can accept my apology, brother. I'm going to buy at that green line. Stop will be... Actually, no. Let's see it come down to that green line and then have it come back up. Oh, looks like it's not going to cooperate. All right, thanks, Carlos. I appreciate it. Sometimes it's hard on the live streams to... Yesterday was a real goofy one. We had some characters. It ended good though. Ended with if I remember her name, Devin. You know, made all these points and ultimately made a great argument for why Pam's plan is great. Luke breaks 673. I'll go long on a little pullback below. All right, Luke. So you're getting in on 673 break? Is that what you're saying? And I'm not seeing any stop losses. Hello to Turkish Air Force Academy. All right. I'm thinking that one might be a bot. I'm thinking that comment may be a bot. I'll get in on a little pullback. Well, yeah, what price are you going to get on a pullback? And then what's your stop loss going to be? That's what we want. We need those two numbers beforehand, Luke. And then that's the chef's kiss. Because the nice thing about that is, like, right now, little pullback is very subjective. Like, what does little pullback mean? Because little pullback is going to be, you could ask 10 different traders, hey, define little pullback, and you probably get 10 different answers. But that's why if you just give us the number, then right away we can see how you are defining little pullback. No interest in short? Right now? No, I don't have any interest in a short. Are you going to short 10, Wozy? Have a good one, Ramison. Okay, I'm going to get long at the green line if it wants to go back up there. Never mind, pulled back. Actually already in lining the rejection so far, but I'd love to see a price below 40s. Gotcha. Okay, Luke's entry is at 670, and then where'd your stop loss be, Luke? Doing a nice job here, holding up above the 21 EMA. Hey, there we go, YT. All right, YT is going to enter. So So YT's entry is Luke's stop. That's funny. Okay. There you go, Luke. Nothing but... And by the way, to anybody that when you give numbers, even if you're wrong, nobody's going to make fun of you. Well, if people do make fun of you, I'll ban them because that's unacceptable. Because it's nothing but my respect, and you should have nothing but other people's respect if you're willing to, put yourself out there like that. So no shame in being wrong with the trade because everybody's wrong as a trader. So, but yeah, for all those of you that have now kind of stepped up to the plate, I like it. Got to buy at that green line. If it goes under breaker, then go short. Okay, well, where's your stop loss at, YT? Again, now you're going back to broad statements. YT, you're doing oh so well. You're doing so well. Just passed another 25K. Nice job. Good job, Evil Shaddix. You were doing so well, YT. You were actually giving numbers, YT, but then you just went back to broad statement. If it goes under breaker, I don't even know what a breaker is, but if it goes under breaker, then go short. So here's this is what I mean by broad statement. Goes under. What does that mean? Like, how do you define under? Once more, you could ask 10 traders, how do you define under? Some may say, oh, it's a point. Somebody else may say, no, under is like 1.5 points. But if you just give us the entry point, then we will know exactly how you are personally defining, quote unquote, under. But you just saying under doesn't actually mean anything in the real world of trading. Because when you enter in an order, you don't have you have to put a number in. You can't just put like under. Like there's no order entry type that says under. I think you mean Apex. Buyers are definitely resilient, but if we can get below 40s, maybe later buyers stop out. Yeah, potentially. Well, it looks like I'm not going to get my pullback. My order entry is still out there, that green line. But yeah, on this candle here, I was ideally wanting to see it pull back and then do this, but it did not pull back at all. So I'm going to just cancel that order out and back to the drawing board. Man, I know. I'm funny looking, I'm funny smelling. I'm just all around funny. This white line represents just the high, which was just hit actually not that long ago. Right there, you can see that. Had this pivot point up around there, so that could potentially be an area that it's headed. Hey, I remember your logo, Sega. Or Crazy Heat. Where you been? Now, when it comes to being funny, DJ Magic sets the bar so low that, like, DJ Magic will make anybody look funny compared to him. Like, DJ Magic is a guy that you want to have around to set the bar really low. So if you want to be like that guy at the party that's just cracking people up, be like, yo, DJ Magic, come with me to this party. And then people are going to look at you like you are hilarious. Hey, Danny boy, good morning. Well, continuing to struggle right around this area. Ooh, somebody was short. They can't be that. This is not looking good for them. 10 Wozy, if I remember right. Where's your stop at, 10 Wozy? Where's your stop at? Yeah, I don't trust this short anymore. Almost a little bit of a, I don't know, maybe I'm making this up. Here's our cup. Do we get some sort of handle? So the cup and handle, ba-boom. Maybe. I don't know. If it does break, no guarantees, but I don't think it'd be shocking to see the price at least go up to 21,700, which is also that pivot point up there, that dotted brown line. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, YT. Okay. I try to help YT, but you just do your own thing. I don't know where Wozy went. 10 Wozy, where you at, brother? YT, I assume you don't even have an account, right? You have 0 accounts, you're not trading, you're just kind of sitting here just saying stuff. Is that true? You're not actually making any of these trades. You're not going to be making any of these trades. You're just talking, right? Is that assumption accurate? Okay. Morning, Clay. Just got another test account using your code. Hey, appreciate it. And my trade of 8 charts are 10 minutes delayed. Any idea why? Did you try logging out and back in again, Nate Tech? Sometimes it's as simple as just logging in. Oh, you did try that? Yeah, you might have to drop them a message then. They had some issues yesterday with like Trade of 8. They explain. I can't remember exactly how, but maybe you're getting caught up in some of that. But yeah, if you logged out and back in and you're still having the delayed data. I had that issue a while back. Had to work with support. Oh yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah, like a month or so ago, give or take. See what it wants to do. Okay, in order to get long at that green line, my stop is the red line. So this might be a short-lived trade here if this thing just all of a sudden is starting to plunge. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this instead. Let's have it come back up to me. Whoops. Good. I'm glad I did that. Glad I made that. Good. Good. News on Trump and China president meeting. Well, what's the news? Is the news that they're just meeting? All right, YT, I'm going to respectfully ask you to chill out. You've admitted you're a beginner. You've admitted you don't know what you're doing. You're admitting you're learning. So there's really no need to just say, hey, wait till it gets lower. You know what I mean? Like, if we knew that you were trading and, like, you were actually putting some of your skin in the game, then it's like, okay. But if you're just here just talking just to talk, Are you serious, DJ Magic? You got to be kidding me. You're joking, right? No, that's not real likes. We're under a bot attack right now. Last week I upset somebody. You're more than welcome to talk, YT, but you just constantly just, kind of armchair quarterback and stuff is, I don't know. But no, I upset somebody last week, so now they've been doing bot attacks. So no, the likes and the viewers are not real, which is bizarre because from my understanding, this person is paying to do this. Because you need to pay for likes and pay for all this sort of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Zelensky said Trump before attack. Trump know everything like he from future. Trump said he end. Okay. Doesn't having more likes and views only help you? Yeah, I don't know, Dan. Like, I'm not sure what. I don't know what the angle is because, yeah, you would think that, like, I don't know why he thinks this would necessarily be hurting me. The only way that I could see it hurting me is if he thinks that YouTube is going to, like, bust me because, we see that this viewer is doing this to artificially create higher numbers. But after every live, YouTube has a super nice feature where it's like I can support feedback or report feedback real quick. So I just take a screenshot real quick, and then, like, the process takes, I don't know, 45 seconds. So I just long way of saying I just report the live stream to YouTube anyway, so they know, hey, bot attack, it wasn't me, that was artificially. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. The only way that I could see it, this person thinking, is if, like, they're gonna get, they're trying to cause YouTube to, like, ban my channel or something because I'm breaking the rules by using bots. But I mean, when I'm the one that's just reporting it, so yeah, I don't know. It's very weird. There's Ben. Hey, first responder. I don't know. You might be a bot. Hey, first responder, type this. ABC. ABC. I think you're a bot, but I'll give you a chance to prove yourself. Hey, Salish, how you doing? Up 136 for the day. Maybe looking to reduce position size. Good job, trader. How about XYZ? I don't know what that. I'm not sure what that's in regards to. Wow. All right. Kind of looked weak for a minute, but that sure didn't last that long. Way we can make their printers print 99% gray instead of... Oh, that'd be powerful. Nice gains from the pre-market. No, the gains aren't from the pre-market. This is all a prop firm, Salish. This is all prop firm trading. We do Pam's plan around here. Well, coming back up, it seems. And this white line here is, again, the highs. We'll see if it wants to try to make another push back up. Kind of just a lot of chop right now in all actuality. Live stream started very nicely with the break right there. Then we kind of just watched a nice slow move upwards. But now, oh, chop, chop, chop. So I don't know. Is this the short up here with the idea that it's just going to chop right back down? Maybe. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I think I need some sort of music or something playing. This is weird. Because when nobody's talking in the chat, and then I'm just talking out loud, and there's just silence. Like right now, it's very weird because the chat has gone silent. Nobody's saying anything. And then I'm just talking out loud to myself, but it's just pure silence. Maybe I should... I don't know how that works, though, from a copyright thing. No, I do like you, DJ. Like I said, you're the guy that makes everybody else look funny. People like you are useful. I like you a lot, DJ. Like I said, DJ, you're the guy. I'm bringing you to the party so that I look that much funnier. Oh, that's fine that nobody's talking. I'm just saying that's where it gets a little weird. My finger is on the red button. No, like I said, I don't... In all actuality, I mean, it's... If somebody wants to, like, make this look like it's got a bunch of likes and views, okay, that's fine. I guess that's fine by me. I'm not sure how that's supposed to hurt me. What do you think about selling options for passive income? No, I think that's fine. Yeah. Like I said, I have nothing against options in the category of investing or swing trading. But yeah, in the category of day trading, options are pure and utter garbage. Pure and utter garbage. Makes no sense. Mathematical sense. If you are an options day trader here and you're just like, what did this guy just say? And you're curious, I'd be happy to explain the math to you real quick. It takes all of about 30 seconds. So if you are in here and you're an options day trader, and you're like, wait, why did this guy just say what I'm doing is garbage? We're back up at that area. Caleb, hello. How long you been trading for? I don't know. Long time. Long time. Have a good rest, DJ Magic. Ernest, weren't you here yesterday? Didn't you hear the math yesterday, or do I got you confused? Or maybe you were gone by the time I did the math. Yeah, no, I got into trading back in like 2006-ish. Back when I was in college. I should have held it, hit my price target. Come on, man, you got to hold. Come on, son. Okay, Real quick, the math on options and why it makes 0 sense. No, again, the argument is not that you can't make money day trading options. The argument is you're working harder, not smarter. Got to get in and out trading options. Well, no, it's just pure garbage, mathematically speaking. So with an option, this is how options work. If you buy an option, the obvious way you make money is if the option goes up, right? Okay, that's easy. The obvious way you lose money is if it goes down. What happens if it goes sideways, right? Because anything you buy in the world that has like a number or value with it does one of the three things. It goes up, it goes down, or it goes sideways. And, well, the rational person would say, well, you know, if it goes sideways, that's neutral. Doesn't go up, doesn't go down. So that's a neutral spot. Well, in options, you lose money. Why? Well, because there is something called theta. So think about it. Of the three things that can happen in the world of options, two of those three cause you to lose money. In other words, every time you buy in the world of options, you have a 67% chance of losing money. Again, you may be saying, but Clay, I make money as an options day trader. Amazing. Seriously, amazing. Well done to you. That's very impressive. My pushback would be, can you imagine how much more money you would have made over the years or the months or whatever? Could you imagine how much more you'd have if you did not have to deal with theta that entire time? And that's what futures bring to you. Futures are contracts, but futures, you get to say goodbye to theta. You don't have to worry about what strike price to pick, all that sort of stuff that options day traders have to worry about. But the main thing here, say goodbye to theta. So yes, futures are contracts, but the beautiful thing about these contracts, they don't have theta. So it literally makes zero mathematical sense to be day trading options. Bro, this PA sucks. I don't know what that means, 10. I heard of you when I was trading. Oh yeah. I still I still do posting videos on stock twits. Yeah, I have a much more sinister business model now. How long does it take to be an average trader? I don't know, dude. Everybody's different, Salish. If you think that there's an average of like how long, I have no idea. All I can tell you is it's not going to happen overnight. That's for sure. It's not going to happen in a month. That's for sure. So you can hold them forever. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Ben. But yeah, so Luke, my sinister current business model is I still do post the videos on stocks and stuff like that because I want to still bring people into the channel that are trading stocks. And then eventually I want to get them to the live stream. So if those people that are day trading stocks, I can smack them upside the head and say, hey, there's a better thing for you to do. You need to be day trading futures through a prop firm. So yes, that is my sinister business plan. I am still talking about stocks. I still do videos on stocks. I do the right here. Oh, there we go. No, that's not it. These ones right here, straight up, I'm trying to bring in those people that are trading stocks and ETFs that watch these videos, and then hopefully they show up on the live stream, and then I can tell them all about Pam's plant and be like, hey, stop day trading stocks. Stop day trading low floats. Stop day trading, penny stocks. Just stop it. It doesn't make any sense. You're working inefficiently. So that's the business model these days, Luke. That's a sinister plan. Can you hold futures contracts forever? No. I don't. Unless you want. Do you want barrels of oil to show up? Do you want like things of corn to show up? But no, you may not hold options or futures contracts forever. Clay, can you set up an ATM strategy with Trade of 8? Yes. Yep. The ATM is right here. There just isn't, Ben. There just isn't. I don't know how. There just isn't. I don't know them, and quite frankly, I don't care. Like, I don't care about, how do these things make money? How do they work? That's what I care about. I just told you, Ben. I don't know how. Come on, Ben. Why does it matter? Yeah, go ask ChatGPT. I don't know how that's relevant to anything. Maybe Ben's just a curious fella. Yeah, I do not know why futures. Hey, Devin's back. Did you get my explanation yesterday? Did you have breakfast this morning? That's an interesting question. Very interesting. Mentor Shehu V. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mentor Shehu. Are you a bot? Is you a bot? I need to make more trades. What do you mean I'm right? You thought I was lying to you this whole... You thought I was lying about... Ben, you seriously thought I was lying about futures not having theta? Like, really? Yeah, of course I'm right. Like, what did you think of? You think I'm just saying stuff? I need to make more trades. Well, that's... Lance, I'd say shut it down. Why do you need to make more trades? That's a scary statement. It's like, Keith? Somebody. I don't know. Somebody else this morning said they were itching to make a trade. If you are itching to make a trade, or you need to make more trades, it's not a good sign. I'd probably step away. I'd set down the phone, set down the tablet. That's a dangerous spot. No, I'm not. No, not probably right. Think about what you just said. I need to make more trades. Like, that is disaster written all over it. It's just that in the future contract price, it's on. Yeah, right. Alex, hi, Clay. The other day you kindly explained why futures have an edge over trading options. Can you share some thoughts of any downsides of trading futures? Yes. This right here. If you just do PAMs, again, PAMs is the argument for why you should do futures. So if you only do PAMs and you don't do it with plant, the downside is futures can take your money just like that. Because futures move, and they move very, very quickly. Sure, if they go in your favor, you can make a whole lot of money very, very quickly. But if you're not disciplined, or if you have a bad day, or you break a rule, I mean, because of how they move, it can spin out of control in a hurry, which is why I would never tell somebody, especially if you're a beginner, I would never say, hey, go day trade futures. I would never say that because of this right here. They're going to get their lunch just absolutely destroyed. But that's why I like prop firms. So that's why it's Pam's plant. Because with the prop firm, you have that added risk control, and how they're set up, you protect your own money. So yeah, good question. The downside to futures, I would say, is just And it's also an upside. So it's like a two-sided kind of a double-edged sword. The great thing is, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great things. One of the great things is they do move, and they can move very, very nicely. But that can also go against you. So that is why I say do Pam's plant, not Pam's. Don't just go day trade futures with your own money, especially as a beginner, because that money could be gone so quick. Good question, though, Alex. Is there anything that you're looking for right now? Not really. The kind of still just chopping around here a little bit. So no, not right at this second. Hey, Clay, I got it all sorted out pretty quickly. What was the problem, Nate? Hi, Clay, long time. How are you making out today? Today is definitely way better than yesterday, Rolly Ramirez. Hopefully your day's going well, too. Lee, hi, Clay, new to your channel, new to futures. Awesome, Lee. Well, great to have you. What did you trade beforehand, Lee? I have 2 lines on my screen right now, one in the 694 and the other. Sounds good, Caleb. Wakar, can you give an idea if someone wants to learn futures? What and where? Wakar, well, what do you trade right now? I apologize if I mispronounce your name. What do you trade right now? When you decide when to finish the day and stop trading, when the live stream's over. They updated my market status. Gotcha. No, yeah. Because, like, here's the accounts that I have right now. So, like, I only have 3. So, I did trade all 3 today. This one up here is my pro account. So, a good day on the pro account. But, yeah. So, I guess I kind of shuffle them, but not necessarily every day. Okay, stock options. Okay, Wakar, fair enough. So, Wakar, for trading stock options, what is the tool that you use to make your decisions? Hi, I'm new here. Is that the 10? No, this is the green line here is the 21 EMA. Purple line is the 50 SMA. Pink line is the 200 SMA. Dotted yellow line is the VWAP. A few years ago, stocks, but struggled as didn't have the 20. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, Lee, for you, the great thing about futures is that you do not need to have that 25,000. So this is the one thing that I would say for probably 95% of people that are trading stocks and options, and they want to be a day trader, but they can't because they don't have the $25,000 because of that pattern day trader rule. Well, in the world of futures, guess what? The pattern day trader rule, there is none. You can day trade as much as you want every single day. But Clay, you could use the cash account. False, because eventually your money you will run out of cash because the cash does still need to settle. So you still won't be able to day trade as much as you want. So a cash account does not actually fix anything. Thanks, Clay. I have an idea that you can do in a future video. You can teach a little on taxes. No way, Raleigh. That I am not stepping into the world of taxes. A, because I'm not a tax professional, and B, because taxes stuff, that's always changing. So, like, I don't know, you do a video and then, is the rule changed, a little bit after that? I don't know. But no, I am, I have some very, very basic tax videos on YouTube. Like, hey, if you make money, make sure you set that money aside because you're going to need to pay taxes on it. I get that's very broad, but that's the only type of taxes I'm willing to talk about. No, I appreciate the thought, but yeah, tax is one of those things where all I can really say is speak to your local CPA or tax attorney. Is there a reason why, or is the reason you like the SMA as, well, I mean, I use both. But yeah, I mean, is there a reason in the sense of like I have some sort of massive data study? No, just kind of what I've experimented with. Do you take some money out of your account? The prop firm? Yeah, I'm a believer in just paying yourself. Some people would say, no, don't pay yourself so much. Just leave money in there so you can build buffer. But that's a hot topic. All right, we're getting movement here. Hey, relax, Ardu. Been messaging from my blocked account thinking you're... What? Oh, you're on your wrong account? I am very good in charting. Okay, all right. So Wakar, you're asking me, well, where's the best place to learn futures, Clay? Like, okay, I want to do futures, but where's the best place to learn? Well, Wakar, you're already said you're very good in charting. So here's the good news. You are 97% of the way to trading futures because futures is 97% just charting. I mean, that's what I'm using right here. So if you're already using charts, Wakar, like I said, you are 97% of the way there. And I'm going to give you a quiz here in a little bit, and I'll help you with the other 3%. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, I could take this short, put a stop a little bit above that pivot. I want to see it come up and then see if it wants to come back down. And then I'll try to capture it on the way back down. So step one, the price needs to go back up to that brown line. Yeah, you could do that too, Danny boy. All right, it's coming up. There we go. Okay. Red line is an entry to get short. So let's see if this wants to come back down. I am in short. Uh-oh. And out. All right. Let's see. MNQ is looking like it wants if I missed your message, I apologize. I love the participation. All right, so Wakar, here I'm this is the lesson, and same with you. If you are in the camp of wow, Pam's plant, day trading futures in the prop firm, that sounds really, really cool. No day trading rule. I mean, there's all these great benefits to it. But I don't know, where do I have to, okay, so where do I go to learn futures? Or I don't know if I want to because then I have to learn futures. Again, if you already use charts like Wakar does, you are 97% of the way there because maybe you like to use bull flag patterns in Forex. Hey, guess what? Bull flags exist in futures. Maybe you like to use, I don't know, head and shoulders patterns in crypto. Guess what? Head and shoulders patterns exist in futures. But this is the final 3%. So Wakar, are you still here, Wakar? Did you make money from it, Caleb? Well, good job, Caleb. Don't be like that, though. You're close to getting banned. There's nothing that drives anybody more extreme than, I told you so, why'd you do that? Good job. Act like you've had a winning trade before, Caleb. Act like it. Act like you've been there before, right? Like Barry Sanders. Or at least I like Barry Sanders because he every time he scored a touchdown, he behaved like he scored a touchdown before. Let's see. I'm up 585 today at the beginning of my second challenge. Good job, binary options. Okay, so Wakar, let's go through the final lesson here. So in futures, we have this number to that number. And if you look closely, the difference of these two numbers is 10. Now in futures, things are measured in points. So that is a 10-point distance. Or if somebody said, hey, I bought right here and I sold right there, a futures trader could say, hey, I made 10 points. So the question becomes, how much is 1 point worth? So for example's sake, let's just say you're trading NQ. 1 point equals $20. So here's the question to Wakar, but anybody else that wants to participate, just so you can prove to yourself that you actually already understand futures trading. Again, because if you use charts already, you're 97% of the way there, so this is the final 3%. So Wakar, how much did this trader make? If this trader, if they had one contract and they're like, hey, I just made 10 points, and you know that 1 point is worth $20. Wakar, how much did that futures trader just make? Again, I just made 10 points, and 1 point is worth $20. Good job, Lee. Good job, Lauren. Again, a question to anybody else that is maybe intimidated by futures or thinking that you have to like go learn a bunch of stuff. Very good, Wakar. $200. Good job, Alex. Okay. So we're now 99% of the way there. Final question. This is all per contract. This was just based off of the person having one contract. So what happens if this trader had 3 contracts? How much money did they make? This trader had 3 contracts and they made 10 points. Boom. Look at all you. Look at all you mathematical geniuses. Exactly. There you go. So Wakar, to answer your question, where do I go to learn futures? You don't. You already know how to do it. Because you know charts, and now you understand how the points work. There you go. So that's a false premise that a lot of people fall under, which I understand. It's like, oh, how do I now I gotta go have to learn how to trade futures? It's like, no, that's the power of a chart. That's why charts are so great. I don't know which broker to use. Wakar, well, what country are you in? Real quick. Let's just make sure I don't lead you down a false pathway. Both, Alex. Both. Okay, US. Okay, so what I would recommend and what we preach around here is you want to day trade futures, but do it through a prop firm. And the prop firm just offers you a whole bunch of benefits. What broker for the UK? Same thing here, Lee. If you're in the UK, then what I'm going to show you, what I'm going to show to Wakar is totally open to you also. But I am trading futures through a prop firm. What prop firm am I using? Well, that's the link that you see at the top of the screen. So the way it works is you would come here and you would choose your purchasing power. So you ask how much, what did you ask? How much capital do I need? Bare minimum capital you need is $105. $105 gives you access to $25K in purchasing power. So that's the bare minimum you would need. And again, you can day trade as much as you want. But the way the prop firm works is you first prove yourself as a trader. So you go through the test phase. Once you pass the test, you move into the pro accounts. And the pro accounts, this is where when you start to make money, you get to keep that money. But yes, you can start on your prop firm journey with $105. That's all you need. Prop firm, how it works. Oh, okay, yeah, right there. That is how it works. And the nice thing here is that if you have a really bad day and you lose $1,500, you don't actually lose $1,500. You just lose $105 because that's what because they would take the account away from you. But but that's the consequences. You lose your account. So you don't lose the $1,500. You just lose your account, which means you lost whatever you paid for the account. Other than hitting the profit target, what else do they look for to pass the test? Good question, Rob. This is the main thing. They want you to manage risk. So for the 25K purchasing power, the test is you've got to show you can make $1,500, but they don't want you losing $1,500. If you're to do the 50K, they want to show that you can make $3,000, but they don't want you to lose $2,000. I also heard when yep. Right, in the pro accounts, you get to keep 80% of your gains. In the Pro Plus, you keep 90%, which is a super good deal when you think about that. The entire time, literally your risk is just the cost of the account. So there you go. There you go, Wakar. You could get started in the world of futures for $105. On my third 50K account. Hey, Drew P, good to see you. Been a while. Where you been? Drew P on my third. 19 and another. The 100 was probably what, like, was that a monthly subscription? I'm not sure. So if we're going to get it. So if we're going to get the 25K, would it be more beneficial to trade Mike? Yeah, Ernest, I would say everybody should start off with the MNQ. Do not start futures trading with the NQ. Alex asked earlier, kind of what's one of the downsides to futures? This right here. If you show up as a beginner trading NQ, you're going to be like, what just happened? You're either going to be like, how did I just make $800 in 4 seconds? Or you're going to be like, how did I just lose $800 in 3 seconds? Like, what just happened? So I'm not saying you can never do NQ. I'm just saying as a beginner, start with the MNQ. Start with the MNQ. How much? Okay, so there is no how much. You know how much, and that's the nice thing about the prop firms. They just tell you. So, again, if you do the 50K purchasing power, they tell you, so this would cost $119. They tell you that of the MNQ, for example, you could get up to 60 of those in a trade. For the very volatile contracts, you could get up to 6 of those. So they know you. So you don't have to do any margin calculations. You don't have to do anything. They just tell you right now. You know what your money's going to get you. And this is per trade. And because there's no pattern day trader rule, you can make as many trades as you want every single day. But just within each trade, you could go as high as 6 of the very volatile contracts or 60 of the less volatile. Never did futures. How's... Oh. I mean, yeah, there can be slippage, but yeah, no spread. That's a super tight... Like, yeah, there is no spread. The difference is NQ, 1 point equals $20. MNQ, 1 point equals $2. So the NQ profit and losses add up at a magnitude of 10. Yeah, right there, Alex. That's the difference. Good questions. Good questions. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say yes, Trump is talking because he seems to talk every single day. Again, Wakar, please listen. Please listen. I already answered this to you for you. Okay, buddy? With the prop firm, you know how much it costs based off of what they tell you. If you get $50,000 in purchasing power, it will cost you $119. That $119 will allow you to buy up to 6 of the very volatile contracts per trade or 60 of the less volatile contracts per trade. Okay? That's what prop firms, that's why they're amazing. Because if you're using your own money, then yeah, okay, well, how much is the margin requirement? And you have to start to kind of consider all these other things. Not so with the prop firm. They just tell you right there. They tell you what you get. If you're on the other end of things, if you do the 150K, which would cost you $252. So for $252 of the very, very volatile contracts, you could get up to 15, which is bonkers. Or the less volatile, you could get up to 150. Yes, Alex, exactly. Aren't futures taxed less as opposed to... Well, the nice thing about Pam's plant with a prop firm is tax reporting, because all the prop firm will do is send you a 1099. And that's it. So you hand your accountant one piece of paper, the 1099, and that's it. Doesn't get any smoother than that. One piece of paper, the 1099. If you want to trade NQ with your own money, you'll need around 10K of your own money to trade. Yeah, exactly. Not to mention that 10K, that's all of your money at risk too. And what time frame to fill profit? Good question. So during the test phase here, you can take as long as you want. However, I say aim to get done in a month. Why do I say that? Well, because if you take 3 months, well, because that's a monthly charge, they're gonna charge you 3 times. But if you get done within a month and you pass, that's a key, because once you move from the test into the pros, in these accounts, there is $0 monthly fees. The only monthly fee is in the test phase. So you don't have to rush, but get it done within a month. Now you may be saying, but Clay, I've never made $3,000 in a month. I understand, but I'm telling you right now, because of this dynamic right here about futures and their movement, they move. So $3,000 in a month is definitely more than reasonable. So that's why I say get done, get that test pass within a month, and that way you don't have to worry about that monthly fee anymore. Yep. Yeah, exactly. So prop firms are, yeah, exactly, Niak. That's why right here. Undefeated argument. Nobody has been able to tell me how Pam's plant is not the best strategy for day trading. The most efficient strategy for day trading. I'm not saying that day trading stocks, options, Forex, or crypto is, that you can't make money doing it. You can. I'm just saying you are working inefficiently. You are not working as efficiently as what you could be. So yes. Futures are amazing, and then you sprinkle in the prop firms. You got Pam's plant. Yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. Oh, well, look at this move here. Nice move. Even if it took me more than 1 month to pass the eval, it's still cheaper than what? Yeah, that's true, Ernest. Yeah, that is true, but once you start to trade them, you'll understand, like, oh yeah, I can see how a month is more than reasonable amount of time. What platform? So again, Lee, that's a twofold question. Prop firm you recommend available? This one right here. So Lee and Omar, who I recommend and who I'm using, is Take Profit Trader. That's who you see at the top of the screen. Hopefully you use code CLAY to get the discount and to support the channel. But so in terms of what platform do I use, again, that's a twofold question. Fold number one is you got to go with the prop firm. The prop firm I'm using is Take Profit Trader. So step one, you select the purchasing power that you want. After that, they're going to ask you, okay, well, what platform do you want to use? There's lots of choices, but the one that I'm using and that you see here is Tradeovate. And the key thing here is that you do not go to Tradeovate's site and then create a separate account. Don't do that. You get to skip that step. The prop firm will go and create an account for you. They'll send you your login details, and then you go to Tradeovate and you just log in. So a super, avoidance of a headache-inducing situation. But yes, Omar, they being Take Profit Trader, they're available in Germany and Cyprus, so you'd be able to use them there. Definitely Germany. I guess I don't know about Cyprus. Let's see. If you see your country on this list, that's not a good thing. So the C's, yeah, no site. Yep. So you would be good. And I'm pretty sure they're in Germany. Where's the G's at? Let's just make sure. Where are the G's? There we go. Okay, no Germany. Again, if you see your country on this list, unfortunately for you, Pam's plant would not be available to you. But if you do not see your country on that list, then you can gain access to the U.S. markets immediately in a very ideal situation. Quite the strong move. Let's see if it wants to pull back at all here, brother. Brother. So again, if you want to support the channel, get the discounts. Discount being the 30% off and no activation fee. Code CLAY makes that happen. That's all personal preference. All personal preference. So I can only. Well, yeah, Lee, but the nice thing about futures is this. They're basically open around the clock. So futures, they close for 1 hour every day. They close from 5 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern. And then other than that, they're open 23 hours a day. Now, they are closed on Saturdays. They close Friday at 5 p.m. And then they'll open back up on Sunday at 6 p.m. But other than that, during the week, Monday through Friday, they're open 23 hours per day. So there's always a time for you to be able to go and put on a trade. Man, this thing is just grinding. What about overnight with prop firm? No. Again, Omar, Pam's plant is an argument for day trading. So by definition, day trading, you're not holding anything overnight. So yeah, no, the prop firm, one of the rules is you can't hold stuff overnight. Pam's plant covers almost every question. Yeah. I think it does a good job of making the argument of why it's a good idea. Wow. I think it's just grinding. Great. I love the interaction, though. This is good stuff. Seems like a lot of people are interested in Pam's plant, and that is the ultimate goal of the live stream. As I've said several times yesterday, the point of the live stream is I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not trying to, I don't think whatever you want about me as a trader. That's fine. I'm just trying to make people aware of Pam's plant because there are too many people that are not aware of it, and they're doing crazy things. Like they're trading penny stocks or low floats or small caps or meme coins and all this stuff. Or, day trading options. And it's just like, I understand why you're doing that. You don't have a lot of money. So you think you need to grow that money so that you can get the 25,000 to get above the pattern day trading rule and all that sort of stuff. And it's just like, there are better ways out there. What's the best time to day trade or to trade futures? Whenever, Wakar. I don't know your strategy. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. So you'll have to experiment with that. Is there lots of movement only when markets are opening? Or, man, look, Lee, what are you talking about, Lee? Are you not watching this movement right now? What are you talking about? This is like lunchtime. Go watch stocks during lunchtime. Are you kidding me, Lee? What are you talking about, brother? You crazy? You're cray-cray. So, like, for example, this move from here up to, let's just call it right there, that's a difference of 20. 20 what? Well, 20 points. If you're doing NQ and you had one contract, that's $400. That this little movement right here made was $400 with one contract. If you had, 3 contracts, well, that movement right there, Lee, was just $1,200, just like that. This little distance right here. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying, Lee? You see what I'm saying? Again, and then if you were to look on a stock and look at this distance, it would require you to have tens of thousands of dollars. Exactly, Lee, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If trading futures got me to 25K, I certainly would not move. Oh, yeah. Well, I know many of you have heard me say this over and over again, but it's true. I've always heard through the years, if you survive long enough as a day trader, you're eventually going to end up trading futures. And that's true. Just because futures, they just move better. So to Fairchild's point, even if you got to the 25K, I still want, I could put in over 25K and go day trade stocks if I wanted to. But it's just, stocks are garbage compared to futures. Like futures just move so much better. If I'm being totally transparent, I started my trading journey 15 months ago, learning options, and I think I've been afraid to dive into something new. Glad you made us see that the transition to future. Yeah. Assuming in earnest that you're already using charts, then like I mentioned earlier, you're 97% of the way there. Started my trading day pissed off and sleep deprived. Sleep deprived, never good. Blew up my, oh no, bummer. 25K count, not good. Started over with the 50K today. Better sleep, better mood. Now, yeah. Sleep deprived trading is value gap here possible. Okay, so fair enough, Jeremy, but I don't even know what any of that stuff means. But how would you take that and then turn that into money? So, Jeremy, if you don't mind, what would your entry point be? And then what would your stop loss be? Very low risk, very high reward. And to be honest, always kind of skeptical about what regulators in 5 to 10. Well, yeah, you never know, Omar. But I mean, it is what it is right now. But to not do it just because, well, something might change. Well, yeah, I mean, that something might change for anything. Just went long. Oh, you dirty rat. Snapped back at me right when I clicked the button. I'm not a gambler. I'm a technical analyst. Cheers to that. All right, so that was basically, I don't know, basically a non-trade there. It was a small green trade, but it was popping up, and I thought it was going to pop up more. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to click. But literally, it popped down, and then I had a very small gain. All right, Jeremy, so let's just do this. I don't recognize the name, so it's great to have you. Thanks for swinging by. But as soon as you know what your exact entry point is going to be and what your exact stop loss is going to be, give us those numbers before the price gets down to those areas, and then that's the chef's kiss that we're looking for. Doesn't the ES have better? No. NQ is the one with the big movement. ES moves fine too. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with ES, but the NQ is that's the one that moves. How long have I been doing? I got into it in November. I've been trading since like 2006. And members of my community have been telling me for years, get into futures. And then they're like, get into futures with the prop firm. Now, I think I was right to be skeptical with prop firms just because prop firms are a little bit like, wait, what? But after a couple of years of seeing people not get scammed by the prop firms, and then just finally trying futures, it was like, all right. But again, I've traded with charts, so I was already 97% of the way there. So that may sound like, what do you mean you just started trading futures back in November? Well, yeah, again, but like I've been trading with charts for a long time. Would you recommend one account size? No, everybody's got a different opinion. I will say this though, Ernest. The 50K seems to be the most popular. It's really just a matter of how much drawdown, how much wiggle room do you want. So like on the 25K, you have $1,500 that they'll let you lose. But if you go to the other end of the spectrum with the 150K, well, now you have a whole lot more wiggle room. So I'm not saying that's the only way to look at it, but I'd say 50K is probably the most popular. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the best, but any ideas? How's the broke? Why don't you don't like the one you're seeing here? What car? You're starting to? This is getting a little much, buddy. You don't like what I'm doing here? What do you got against Tradovate? What do you got against Tradovate? Yeah, I like him too, Jeremy. I do like this one. It's just a question. Well, I don't know. I don't know how Ninja Trader is. Not sure. I was watching your video on futures you posted some time ago. Oh, thanks, John. Good. I'm glad it could help. Why do some props work with lots? I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, there are. Well, yeah, some prop firms are. Forex actually started off the prop firms. Like prop firms originally started in the world of Forex, but Forex is such a scammy place. So yeah, there are prop firms out there for Forex, but Forex is pure garbage. Like if you like watching paint dry, go trade Forex. So yeah, some prop firms work with lots because I'm guessing they do Forex trading. Others are with the contracts because that's what futures is. What strategy would you say you use? I don't know. I use charts. I don't have some cool sounding thing. I know some people are like, I trade FVGs with liquidity sweeps. It's like, I have no idea what that means. Maybe I do too, but I don't have cool names. I trade Apex P. I assume you use Clay Trader. You mean like the discount code? What do you mean? I assume you use Clay Trader. What does that mean? I use Take Profit Trader. No, I just use technical. Yeah, I mean, this is my strategy. This isn't going to answer anything, but this is the core of my strategy right here. I've got to be able to answer yes to both these questions. Is the risk logical and controlled when compared with the potential reward? That's the backbone of my strategy right there. I know it's not very cool sounding, but that would be the backbone of it. Do you go live every day? I do go live every day. Do I have a... no, it's not a Zoom room. I'll send you to what I have, though, Oscar. This is my private community, Oscar. Thank you for your interest. I'm wondering if you trade a prop firm or a live personal account is probably better. Oh no, I'm doing prop firms. I ain't trading no live account. What? Coming from somebody that... Why would I put all my money at risk? That makes no sense. Exactly, Jeremy. Prop firms is where it's at. Mathematically provable. So if I blow the account, I only lose $119. The account is down $2,000. How does it take? Lee, at some Lee, I'm gonna say this to you, Lee. If you do not sign up and use code Clay, I'm gonna hunt you down, and I don't know what I'm gonna hunt you down and tickle you with a feather, because you have asked about 487,000 questions. So if you do not do this, sign up with code Clay. I'm hunting you down in the UK, and I'm gonna tickle you with a feather. Okay, Lee? Goodness. It is a good question, though. To be fair, a good eye. A good eye. I try to cover this, but sometimes I forget. But what Lee is saying, which is more than valid, is wait a second. How is this a sustainable business model? You give them $119, but then they're going to let you go lose $2,000 of their money? Like, how can they stay in business? Because all of this is happening in a simulator. The test phase is all simulated trading. So same thing is true here. I've had some people get upset. Well, what a scam. So you're going to go make them $3,000 and all you get is your pro account. All you get is the opportunity to move from, the test into the pro. That's all I get. I get my pro account, but they get the $3,000. Well, again, that was all happening in a simulated environment. So no, there's not actually $2,000 being lost. Just like there's not $3,000 being made, because during the test phase there, that's all simulated trading. So good question there, Lee. Good eye, and one that makes a whole lot of sense to ask. What time do you trade, and how can? Well, Oscar? Did you go to that link I sent you, my friend? After I was saying that, I was like, I don't know if this sounds right. I'm not quite sure this is how I'm intending it, but it is what it is. I'll answer less questions from now on. Answer Lee's questions. Thanks, Caleb. Did you sleep, bro? I don't know what that means. Once prop account blown, any consequences? Nope. Nope, no consequences. Just you can get another one. And then other nice thing here to keep in mind is that across the board, if you fail the test and then you want to try again, get another account, it's actually only $100. So for the 150K, yes, it's $252 the first time. But if you fail this test and you want to try again, then it's actually only $100. So, that's something else to consider. But yes, there is no consequence other than you lose the account, but you can always get it back again. So on Clay Trader, does it move? What are you talking about, Clay Trader? There is no, Clay Trader is my website. What are you talking about? Claytrader. Okay, I think what you're looking at the link. You're saying claytrader.com/take profit. That's just a link. Clay Trader is my site, but the take profit is just going to actually take you to Take Profit Trader. But there is no Clay Trader prop firm. If that seems to be what you think that's going on, but no, that's not the case. Yeah, right here, Jeremy. The first two phases. So it is like a secondary test. So this is like another form of a test. With that being said, in the pro account, you can start to, you get to start to keep the money that you make. But yeah, the test is the sim. Your first phase of pro is a sim, and then pro plus is a live market. But again, both of these here, if you start to make money in these accounts, you get to keep that money. You get to start to request payouts. I would sport a Clay Trader bucket hat. Nice. Okay, that makes more sense. Figured out that. Yeah. Yeah, but it sounds like you're already using Apex, Jeremy, so which is fine. But I do also have I only talk about two prop firms here: Take Profit Trader, which I believe everybody should use because I think that they're the best prop firm. They have the best payment policy. And then Apex, I don't have anything against them, but I would definitely consider them more for the intermediate or advanced prop firm trader. But if you're just stepping into the world of prop firms, Take Profit Trader is definitely where it's at. Very clean set of rules, nice payment policy. A lot of prop firms, let's just say you make $5,000. They'll be like, all right, you made $5,000, but you can't request that money until 8 days from now. And even at that point, you can only actually request $2,000, even though you made $5,000. With Take Profit Trader, they're like, well, no, if you make money, if you make $5,000, you can request that money whenever you want and in whatever amount you want. So right there in and of itself, I think that's what really separates Take Profit Trader is just their payment policy. So, but yeah, if you are somebody that uses Apex and you want to support the channel, then yeah, I do have a code with them too, code Clay. I'm not sure on that one, Lee. I think that's genuinely good advice. If it comes back up here, I'm going to try a short. I mean, rejected, 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 rejected. Maybe fifth time's the charm. And I'll be the sucker that buys it. But so be it. So be it, Billy. There we go. So I'm looking to get short at that red line. If it wants to hit there, my stop is at that green line. But I mean, come on. Every single time it's pushed up here. Clearly a lot of sellers are up here. Will their sellers remain up there? I don't know. Only one way to find out, though. Yeah, exactly, Jeremy. Yep. Hey, Lee, how about you cross one bridge at a time, Lee? First focus on just passing the test, Lee. Once you start making enough money, they'll reach out to you and be like, all right, Lee, we're moving you to Pro Plus. But you're getting so far ahead of yourself right now. Thank you, Crazy Heat. Like, just calm down, my friend. You're getting way too far ahead of yourself. Hey Clay, I hope you're having a good day. Thanks, Jared. I'm just not realizing that you can trade evals after the 6 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. No, man. No, you just can't. Yeah, you got to be in cash by 5 p.m. Eastern. But after that, you can start right away again. An hour later at 6 p.m. That's funny. Well, good. Hey, I'm glad you figured it out. All right, I was oh so close to getting short. Are you serious? Oh, come on. I only got 3. All right, well. I only got a partial fill, so I'm not going to deal with that. I wanted 5. I only got 3. So I just hopped out. You like that 5-minute candle, Clay? Yeah, that's a good one. I like it. Ernest. I have this video, so after you get signed up with everything, you can check out this video, and this will walk you through exactly how to set up the platform the way that you see it here. I'm not saying this is how you have to do it, but if you just kind of want a reference point of how to set things up, that'll help you with that regard. I'm on longs at 738. Stop is at 727. Profit at 780. Roger that. Why not hold the partials with it? Because I don't feel like I just didn't feel like it. Because I had a bad attitude. I took my ball and went home. I'm like, if you're not going to give me all 5, then I don't want to deal with it. That's why. Is that okay with you, Reckless Living? Is that all right? To short again or not to short? That is the question. Add to winners, cut losers. Yes, buy low, sell high. Buy the bottom, sell the top. Right, Reckless? Yeah, well. All I see is the price continually getting knocked down every single time it comes up there. So I'm thinking I could see the short. Okay, and then where would your stop loss be, Caleb? If you're getting filled at 727, where's your stop at? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. 740. Alrighty. All that seems a little random to me, but maybe you're seeing something else. Stop talking about fair value gaps. That stuff is nonsense garbage. Goodness. I've never seen, I did not, that's the one thing that has blown my mind. They're like, well, you're going to have to be writing futures. There's a cult that exists. I'm like, what are you talking about, a cult? Clay, be around a lot, and you're gonna hear about liquidity sweeps and fair value gaps. When you see that, you'll know the cult is here. Haiti, probably not. Haiti doesn't, no offense, but Haiti doesn't seem like the most upstanding. Yeah, nope. Not available to you in Haiti. Sorry. Not available to those of you in Haiti. Correct, Chris. 100%. Well, that's fine, San, but I'm just sick of people telling me, pointing out a fair value gap. Okay, I don't care about that. How do you make money from it? Tell us your entry point. Tell us your stop loss. But like people from this liquidity sweep, this, it's like, okay, fine. Those are cool sounding words. Fair value gap. Whoa, that sounds kind of magical and mystical. But how do you make money from it? That's what we want. So San, how would you make money from this fair value gap? Give us your entry point and your stop before the price gets down to those areas. Like everything that, all this stuff already, like I bet I trade fair value gaps too. But like I don't call them that. I just call them buying pullbacks or, stuff like that. Like normal terminology. I told you my entry. Oh, okay. Well, if you did already do that, thank you, son. I might have missed it. But it is crazy. Like I kind of didn't believe people about how there's this cult in the world of futures trading, but there definitely is. All right. Thanks, Caleb. All right, thinking about maybe a long here. That green line right there is my entry point. If I try to play a breakout to the upside. Maybe, yeah. Let's go green. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to look for some sort of push back to the upside here. Again, my entry is that green line. Come on, Jeremy, what is it? 26 or 26.50. Got to make up your mind at some point. All right, I'm going to cancel my order out. It's kind of not really doing a whole lot of anything right now. If this comes back down again and then starts to head back up, I'll probably throw that buy order back out there. Because I would find that pretty spicy, but... Okay, I'm going to turn a fan on. Let me know if you hear anything mic-wise. Can't hear the fan. Can anybody else confirm? Can you hear a fan or no? All sounds good. Okay, so Caleb and Ryan so far. Anybody else? It's like, wait a second, Clay. I can hear a buzzing or something. All good, no fan, no. All right, good, excellent. Very good. That'll help out because I was getting a little hot and stuffy in here. There's a low rumble. All right, now Michael says that there's a low rumble. So, Michael, why do you gotta do that? All right, I'll turn it back off, and the live stream may not be able to go as long because I'm getting so hot in here. But Michael's got the low rumble, so I'll turn it off and I'll just try to tough it out. See, Lee can even hear it too. All right, I'll just tough it out. What did I do before trading? I was an engineer. No. Johnny says it's very faint. Johnny, Lee, and Michael said it was hurting their ears. I don't want to pay for central air. I'm the guy that's like, no, we're not turning on the AC. I try to not turn on the heat for as long as possible. Like, put on a sweatshirt. I know you can't hear it. I turned it off. No, it's not. You must have been saying it was very faint. It is off right now. So anybody that hears anything, I don't know what you're hearing because the fan is off. Just gonna have to sweat it out. I don't want that. So what did some of you were asking. I didn't work. It's a new facility, but that's who I worked for. So, worked for Honeywell. Man, that's a nice place. Again, it's not when I worked there. It was not at this building. But yeah. Oh, yeah, their website is way better too now. See if I recognize any of these people that are still there. I doubt it. There's 7,000 people that work there now? Man. They must have done... there's something else going on here. But yeah. So, that is where I worked as an engineer in Kansas City. Kansas, which is a great city, by the way. Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can find the old building. All right, here, yeah. Yeah, that's the building I worked at. So there's the new, yeah, the 2000, yeah, there it is. Oh, there's the old building. Anyways, there we go. No more reminiscing. I was a RN in a neuro ICU for 8 years. Cool, Logan. So you were a male nurse, huh? That's how you make the system work for you. Become a male nurse. Yeah, that's how that's for us guys. That's how we get that system to work for us. That's a great choice. Do you miss working there? Nope. Nope. I like being able to just work from home. I still have a full-time job. I wish I was trading. No, you don't. Yeah, don't make that your goal. Full-time trading there's no such thing as a full-time trader. That's my contention. I don't know any full-time traders, neither do you, Jeremy. The goal should be build multiple streams of income. Because if you think that you can be a full-time trader where you are trading to when your mortgage or your rent's on the line, that's going to be way too much pressure. Or like for me, like there's no way I could ever be a full-time trader. I got 6 kids, man. That's too much pressure. That's the power of multiple streams of income. Go study wealthy people, but here's a spoiler alert. You will find one common thing amongst wealthy people. They all have multiple streams of income. At least you don't work corrections. Hey man, if it's a stream of income, you got nothing but my respect. Like I can't stand it. People are like, I don't know, people like look down like, oh, you have full-time, you have a 9 to 5, huh? It's like, what's wrong with a 9 to 5? That's a stream of income. Good for that person. Good job. What else do you do? Well, I have real estate. I have my YouTube channel. I have claytrader.com. I have a dividend portfolio. I have, I have several streams. I guess within the YouTube channel, yeah, there's YouTube videos, but as of, a few months ago, the newest income stream has been this live stream, which has been interesting. And yeah, I guess fun is the right word. Some days it's just like, what are these people? Like, who are these people? But for the vast majority of time, no, it's fun. But yeah, I guess I would just throw the live stream under the YouTube umbrella. But yeah, you make money from YouTube with the ads and stuff like that. I didn't mean it as my sole income. Okay, gotcha. All right, well, that's good, Jeremy. Good. I'm glad you did not mean day trading as your sole income, because I think that's a really bad goal. It depends on what type of 9 to 5. No, I don't think so. If you're working a 9 to 5, that tells me you're out there hustling and grinding. And you have nothing but my respect. I just don't like the whole idea. Like, then again, we're in the TikTok generation, right? Where you have a bunch of young punks that are like, yo, bruh, if you got a 9 to 5, you're a loser. Like, what are you talking about? No. Good for you. You got a 9 to 5. You're creating streams of income for yourself. Good job. All right, Jeremy. Well, thanks for swinging by. It's kind of this new almost little choppy range here. Chop, chop, chop. Lee, why are you trading now, Lee? Did you go sign up with your prop firm? You could. That's how fast it is. You could be trading right now. Are you going to make this, or what are you doing, Lee? 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. Oh, come on, Lee. Come on, Lee. New pennant here? Yeah, I think there's... I mean, the pennant's pretty much already been here, and it's But I'm kind of looking at that, and yeah, the price is now up through there. But it's kind of more so, is this going to get more continuation? That is the question. Right now, though, looking like it's getting some continuation. Not looking too shabby. I'm tempted to get long here, see if it wants to push up. See if it wants to pull back a little bit. I grow and sell veggies. Nice. Have a drone biz. I'm the neighborhood IT guy and have a... That's awesome. That's awesome. Very cool for a child. I love it. That's the name of the game right there. Okay, I'm halfway passing my... Oh, so you went with an Apex 300K? Those are... Yeah, that's crazy. Like, isn't the profit target on that one 20,000? That's wild. But hey, halfway there, that's good stuff. I'm in long. Looking for this thing to make a push up. Yeah, 20,000, that's wild. Come on, keep pushing. Push. Push. Come on, push some more. So I took off 2 contracts, still have 3 left. Come on, keep breaking out. Again, I started with 5 contracts. I've taken 2 out to mitigate my risk. Risk has been mitigated via 2 ways. First, I put some profit in my pocket, and 2, I've reduced position size. Come on, push back up there. Okay. So I'll now put my remaining down here. So this will be a winning trade no matter what, because my stop loss is ahead of my entry point. Now it's just, the only stress I have right now is the stress of not knowing how much money I'm going to make, because I don't know how far up this is going to go. So this is the sweet spot of trading, where your only wonder is, hey, how much money am I going to make? Move this up some more. So as the price goes, I will move up my stop with it. So right now my stop is that red line right there. Come on. Come on, push back up. And it looks like I'm going to get stopped out here. There we go. Stopped out there. So that was a nice little trade. So there we go. There we go, folks. Nice little basic breakout trade there. Would have been great if we could have gotten one of those candles to show up, but it didn't. Anybody else take that breakout? And now we're in the awkward phase again where, I don't know. I guess I still need to learn. Like anything, things are still cyclical. Come on, Lee. Had you opened your account, that you could have been off to a great start, Lee. You could have been close to passing your test phase already, Lee. Lee, we just want what's best for you. Is it going to come back down there and do the back test of the breakout point? Maybe. But yes, at one point the chat box is lighting up and then it just goes silent again. And then I'm here like just talking to myself. I do like it though. Caleb and Fairchild are having like some sort of talk about vegetables. That's good stuff. I like it. Talking about some gardening. I'll take it. Ah, you dirty rat. And now you get... Well, I got to do that. How many trades have you taken today? I don't know. How many have I met on the live stream? Does anybody know? What, 4? Maybe 5 on the live stream? And then, I don't know, maybe I took 5-ish before the live stream started. How many have you taken today, youngin? I always sell too early. Well, at least you know what you can work on. You can't fix a problem unless you have the problem identified. So, good job identifying the problem. None. Sitting on hands. Oh, I don't know. Youngin, dude. Hey, listen. Who you been hanging around with, youngin, that makes you think that makes you some sort of wimp? Who you been hanging around with, youngin? Is it because you're being a chicken or because you're being smart? Huh, youngin? I think you got to find a new crew to hang out with. Do you ever go on vacation with 6 kids? Yeah. I mean, maybe not like the vacation of like, are we going to Hawaii? No, but yeah, we'll go on little road trips and stuff. Youngin's been hanging around with some, I don't know who he's being influenced by. Come on, youngin. You're in good hands here, brother. If this does want to pull back a little bit more, I'd be interested. Yeah, man, I'm watching what you see right here, youngin. I'm watching the MNQ, boy. Come on, youngin. Are you green today? Have you made any trades, youngin? Oh, whoa, there's a pullback right there. Ooh, you know. Let me cook real quick. Let me cook. Let me cook. Oh yeah, we got a bit of a rising wedge here. I'm gonna chill out on the bullishness here. If anything, maybe look to get short around here. Rising wedge already broke. Look at again the power of the 21 EMA. Is it a perfect indicator? It's not, but I mean, for those of you that have followed this channel, we know you watch this one. Look at this. It broke the falling wedge and look right where it stopped. Right there at the 21 EMA. Youngin, please don't tell me you're day trading options. Are you day trading options, Youngin? Are you day trading options, Youngin? Do I want to get short here? Let me see if it wants to come back up to the top part of the pattern. I think the key break would be that 21. No, I'm trying to help you out, youngin. Are you day trading? Are you day trading options? I'd like to try to teach you something about how you're being just not so good. This chat is open to everybody. It's open to anybody. But like if we see people that are doing things inefficiently, we're gonna try to do some education. Why? Why are you day trading options? Let me ask you this. Would you like to be a day trader and be able to day trade as much as you want every single day? Is that something that sounds of interest to you, youngin? To be able to buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell as much as you want every single day? So, is that something that sounds good to you? Thinking about getting short. I'm just worried about the 21 EMA. I guess we can just, if it comes up here, I could, I guess, put my stop right there and let's go for it. Let's see what happens. Put my first profit target area right there at that green line, just in case it does come down there and bounce off that area. Okay. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, you dirty rat. Come on. Come back down. There we go. Good. Still got 3 left. Okay, I have 2 left. We'll let these last ones work for me. So I'll just drag down my stop as it goes. Let me get a little bit above the 21. There we go. So once again, in the sweet spot of trading, my only stress right now is how much money am I going to make? Because I have no idea how far down this is going to go. So that's a great spot to be in as a trader. And my only stress is how much money am I going to make? And stopped out there. All right. Okay, so youngin, this is what you're doing. This is why what you do makes no sense. So youngin, when you buy an option, the obvious way for you to make money is it goes up, right? You make money. The obvious way for you to lose money is if it goes down. So then, of course, yes, you lose money. But what happens if it goes sideways? Well, in the world of options, you also lose money. Why? Well, because I'm sure you're aware of this thing called theta. So think about it. Of the three things that an option could do, up, down, or sideways, two of those three things causes you to lose money. In other words, every time you take a trade, you have a 67% chance of losing money. Now, maybe saying, but Clay, I make money day trading options. That's very, very impressive. But my pushback to that would be, can you imagine how much more money you'd be making if you did not have to deal with theta? And that is what futures bring to the table. You get to say goodbye to theta. So, youngin, stop day trading options. No reason at all for you to be doing such an inefficient thing. There are smarter ways for you to go about your trading. By the way, that was a nice little trade. Did anybody take the rising wedge breakdown with me? Again, I just can't quite get any sort of follow through. I mean, I'm getting movement, but why can't I get like one of these candles that just really opens up and then, whoosh. But just haven't been able to get one of those, but San got in? Okay. Good job, San. Hey, Labradabra, good to see you. Good to see you. Nice, Nate got it too. Good job. With your test account? With your new test account? I still like the longs though. Yeah. I could be persuaded to changing back to the longs. But like I said, this rising wedge pattern had me feeling leery on things, and in my defense, I chose wisely. Yeah, new test account used. All right, awesome. Good job, Nate. I'm having a green day across the board. All my pros and all my evals. This right here is just a test account, though. Yeah, much better than yesterday, that's for sure. Brandon, Brandon, I mean that's a very dangerous spot you just put yourself in. Because none of us knows, Brandon, what are you talking about? Is CNC is it that going to be a day trade? Is that going to be a swing trade? Is that going to be an investment? Because here's the danger. Let's say you mean it, you're asking as an investment. And then somebody else just assumes you're talking about it from a day trading standpoint. And then they tell you their opinion from a day trader standpoint. Yet you take that as an investor. So based on the fact that you didn't know how to properly ask the right question, I'd say, Brandon, it's not a good buying opportunity because you should not be putting your money in the market. Again, very, very dangerous question to ask. And again, it's fine. We all start off not knowing things, but yeah. If you're going to ask a question, you need to specify what is that, a day trade, swing trade, investment? And again, The fact that you did not know to do that just tells me that you have more learning to do, which is fine. We all start off needing to do more learning. So no, it's not a good buying opportunity because you should not be putting your money in the market right now. You have more things you got to learn. Time value, if time decays or erodes and the underlying doesn't move, you'll lose because they took your money. Yeah, so Jomo, that's, yeah. Exactly, yeah. So Jomo, same to you. And yeah, 0 DTE is just insanity. Again, JMO, that's great. You're making money. Imagine how much more money you'd make if you didn't have to deal with theta, JMO. That's why I say Pam's plant right here. This is not an argument to say that you can't make money day trading things outside of futures. That's not what it's saying. But what it is saying is this is the most efficient way to go about it. And for you, JMO, to say, well, I'm making money day trading options. That's fine. But imagine how much more money you'd be making if you didn't have to worry about theta. That's the point. But good job. Impressive that you can make money, that you're making money day trading options. But imagine how much more money you'd have made and you would be making without theta. Again, you don't have to apologize, Brandon. I'm just saying that was a very dangerous question. That was a very dangerous spot you put yourself in. So yes, my answer remains the same. You have more learning to do. Based on the fact that you didn't know to specify that, tells me that you're just a newbie still. And that's fine. We all start off as newbies. Do you use order blocks? I don't know what you mean by order blocks. I have never tried. Well, yeah, it's JMO. Do you already use charts for your options trading? Shoulda sold it. I think you tagged the wrong person. Because who you tagged was not asking anything about options. I could see being interested long now around that purple line. We'll see, though. We'll see how it behaves. Okay, well, yeah. Well, then you're 97% of the way to trading futures. If you already use charts, then because 97% of futures is just using charts. The other 3% can be explained in like 15 seconds. So yeah, JMO, I would say stop. Not to mention, yeah, and all that stuff is in the futures market. Yeah, exactly. It's just price action. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that makes more sense. Should have sold it. Yeah. I was going to say, I think you tagged the wrong person. Fernando, are there any other fees when signing up to take profit? There are not. And that's actually one of the good things about the current deal is, so if you use code CLAY, not only do you get the 30% off, but then, and this, all prop firms do this in one way or another, but you have this situation where when you go from the test into the pro, this is what a prop firm and what even Take Profit Trader will charge an activation fee. And normally that is $130. However, with code CLAY, not only do you get the 30% off, but this right here is also $0. So no activation fee. So you could quite literally be all in risk for as little as the 105. So that could be your entire risk the entire time is $105. Because again, if you're not familiar, If you blow up your account, meaning you violate the rules, you lose more than they want you to lose, that just means you lose your account, which means you just lost whatever you spent for the account. So no. In other situations for Nando, yes, there would be those other fees, that activation fee. But right now with Code Clay, there is no activation. No, not really, Johnny. I mean, that's like a loaded question. Like, wow. All right. We got a pullback here. Daylight target trailing. Yeah, John, that's a little bit outside of the scope of all this. Like if you watch, you'll get an idea. Any system in place to prevent emotional trades? That doesn't even exist. What do you mean a system? Is there such a thing as a system that can prevent a trader from getting emotional? Now, I suppose you could say, yeah, that's what an algorithm's for. Fair enough, but like, what are you talking about? I'm very curious. There is such thing as a system in place to prevent emotional trades? Yeah. I'm very curious what he means by that. That seems to imply that there is such a thing as a system that will prevent emotional trades. That'd be nice. Oh, okay. So I use software to force. No, I do not use anything like that. No. Because sometimes for me, just the general philosophy, you can always get back into a trade, right? I think sometimes people forget about that. And I do understand it if you're in the world of like stocks or options where you got to protect your day trades like gold bars because you only get 3 day trades every 5 days. But in futures where you can make as many day trades as you want every single day, for me, it's just like I can always get back in. However, if you do something like that, and I'm not saying you're wrong, Johnny, but like something like that, you might miss out on a really good opportunity because it's like, okay, all right, yeah, here we go. Now, to be fair also, that's a fine line because that can also lead to revenge trading and forcing trades, stuff like that. But there are those opportunities where if you just get out, cut the loss with the idea of, but you can always reposition and get back in, well, that does bring some benefit with it also. How long does it really take to prove your... Well, it depends on how long it takes you to pass the test. So for the 50K, the test is you got to be able to make 3,000. They don't want you losing 2,000. You can take as long as you want to pass the test. I say to get it done within a month so that you don't have to pay that fee again. Because once you get into the pro accounts and get out of the test phase, which is what this is here, there is no more monthly fee. So yes, I say get it done within at least a month. Since I'm a beginner and not profitable, really protects me from... Yeah, and that's the... Yeah. No shame at all there, Johnny. May look into it, may not. Okay, if you want to keep putting yourself in inefficient situations, then be my guest, J-Mo. Be my guest. Amazing me. Mind-blowing to me how people... I can present in a situation where like, hey, you don't have to deal with theta. And they're like, yeah, maybe I'll consider not having to deal with theta. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. And for those of you that have never day traded options, like I realize that doesn't mean anything, but theta is like the most annoying. It's the most vicious. It's especially on 0 DT options. I mean, theta is crazy. So to present somebody in that situation, like, you could avoid having to deal with that thing. And that person's like, yeah, I'll think about it. It's like, what are you talking about? If you lose more than, yes, Ed, yep. So on this one, if you lose 2,000, you fat, yep. Now you can always try again. You can get the account back, and when you get the account back, that's called a reset. The reset is actually only $100, so it wouldn't even be this 119 here again. But yes, those are the rules. You got to either make the 3,000, but you got to manage risk, right? Prop firms are gonna force you to manage risk, which is what the most important thing about trading is, and why I say that this is one of the the benefits. They do have rules. These rules are going to force you to manage risk. And that is a good thing, because at the end of the day, that is ultimately what matters most. Is trading is all about risk management. Volume has really slowed. Maybe, I don't know. I think it looks pretty similar. Okay, JMO, whether or not you believe in yourself is irrelevant. The math says why, all that stuff. Why are you choosing to deal with theta when you don't have to? Like, why? Can you explain that? Why are you choosing to deal with theta when you don't have to? Not to mention, futures move better than 0DT options anyways. So you're choosing to trade something that does not move as good as futures, and you're choosing to trade this thing that does not move as good with the theta cherry on top. It's worth it because I've, again, irrelevant. Irrelevant that you have risk management. Irrelevant that you believe in yourself. You have theta. You're dealing with theta. I just enjoy the side I'm in. I just enjoy the side. I don't know what you mean by just enjoy the side I'm in. I got family too. Well then, you know what? You owe it to your family to not have to deal with theta. Because if you're making your money having to deal with theta, again, imagine how much more money you could make for your family not having to deal with theta. I've blown 3 50K accounts and only out 319 instead of 60. Yeah, exactly, Will. Yeah, exactly. And that assumes, Will, that you're learning some things along the way, right? I guess even if you're not learning anything, that's still good that you're out 319 instead of 6,000. But it's even better if you're also learning along the way, starting to fine tune all that. Yeah, no, Johnny, if you're using software for that, I have no complaints there. I messed up and didn't close my first trade right and lost 5K. But it doesn't show on Profit Trader. Well, your account's gone. I'm assuming if you lost 5K, they just shut down your trade immediately. Did you enter longs on the pullback? Are you not watching, San? Coming across like an aggressive... Yes, I am aggressive. Yes. When things are mathematically provable, not smart, I'm going to get a little aggressive because I don't want to see people doing things not smart. Yes. But I also believe that there's more to life than life itself. I truly think that if you... okay. I don't know how any of that is relevant. JMO, literally, like, again, this is not like, I'm not getting all like spiritual or all like motivational speech, which is what you're doing with your believe in yourself and you can go further. Like, mathematically speaking, you can go further with futures because there's no theta. So you want to talk about going further, that's great. Believe in yourself. But setting all that, like magical, mystical stuff. Just math. You will go further, mathematically speaking, by not having to deal with theta. Like, you don't have to get all like inspirational speech and all that sort of stuff. It's just math. That's why I like Pam's plant, because it's just math. Hey, world free speech. We were talking about you earlier. I was trying to remember, who is that guy that comes and pumps that absolute garbage stocks? And it was TN. Yeah, we already talked about it earlier. The stock that I turned that into a lesson about how, as investors, you can get slaughtered, even though a company may not go bankrupt, but you as an investor can still lose all your money. So we actually did talk about that earlier, TNXP. Or we talked about that. We talked about TNXP earlier in terms of being. In fact, I think I still have it up. Being one of the, right here, the biggest garbage stocks that I've ever seen. Look at this thing. At one point, this traded, you can see the high right there, $13.5 billion per share. Now, it didn't actually trade for $13.5 billion per share. That was because this company has a track record of slaughtering their common shareholders by doing reverse split after reverse split after reverse split after reverse split. And then our friend here, World Free Speech, he decides to come every now and then and try to convince us to like invest in this company that literally has slaughtered shareholders so often that the chart has had to adjust to reflect at one point the shares being $13.5 billion per share. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a reverse split, cause, I've seen things like, whoa, wait, this thing used to trade at $5,000 a share. Well, no, not actually. The company had just done some reverse splits. Are you serious? This thing used to trade at $10,000 per share and now it's at $1.50? Well, no, it was never actually at $10,000. It was because of reverse splits. But this one, $13.5 billion. Biggest garbage stock that I've ever seen. Insane. I just started trading futures Friday, coming from options world, and wow, what a game. Oh my goodness. Miguel Cruz, our newest convert. Our newest convert. This is why I do it. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing somebody like this that was not aware. This is what makes my day. I just started trading futures Friday, coming from the options world, and wow, what a game changer for me. Futures is it for me from now on. The 100% conversion rate continues. The 100% anybody that's open-minded enough puts their ego aside and is like, okay, yeah, let me go give it a try. Literally, everybody since I've started the live stream, so this is, I don't know, that's probably like person 30 or 40 now, has come back and said, wow, yeah, I can't believe I was day trading stocks or day trading options. Wow, futures are better. And Miguel is our newest convert. Thank you, Miguel. That's awesome, man. Thank you for, again, being able to set your ego aside, be able to hear some feedback from somebody saying, you know, what you're doing is not actually the most efficient thing. Thank you for, like I said, I respect that. You being, not having your ego out of control where you could hear somebody out and then give it a try. J-Mo, do you even know what theta is? I don't think you know what theta is. Well, maybe, yeah, okay. I don't know. Let's just first start there. J-Mo, do you know what theta is? I'm relatively new to futures, but it is so much better than options. Another one. Yes. Exactly, theta. Or exactly, JMO. So when you're in a position, and that position... So, for example, for those of you that don't trade options and how just nasty they are... okay, let's say you buy the pullback right here. And then right here, notice how it just goes sideways, 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 and then it goes up. Because of theta... And I'm not saying this would have been the case, but it's a very real possibility. Because of theta, yes, you bought right here, And yes, the price has now gone up here, but you still might not even be in the green. You could be at break even, you could be slightly red, or you might be minimally green. Wait, what? But you bought here and the price went all the way up there. Yes, but unfortunately the price went sideways first, which means theta kicks in and eats away at the value of everything. So what I'm trying to tell JMO is futures don't have theta. Like this sideways action here didn't do anything. Like it had no effect on your position because there's no theta. And that's what Miguel is saying. Literally why I hated options. Yes, because of theta. So, JMO, you say, I got to go study this no theta concept. There's no concept. All I'm saying is there's no theta. Futures don't have theta. That's all I'm saying. Good morning, Claire. Are you being a sweet angel today? No, I'm being aggressive, according to, who was that guy? Somebody I caused to go suck their thumb in the corner. Where did that guy go? I don't remember. Some guy was like, why are you being so... Oh, I vote star. I got a little aggressive with somebody, so he's under his desk right now, rocking back and forth, sucking his thumb in the fetal position. But I don't got time for it, brother. Yes, I'm going to get aggressive with somebody that's literally denying math. And that's why I do like Pam's plan and all this, because when I say, like, it makes no sense, like, that's not me just kind of saying, well, it doesn't make any sense. Like, sometimes we just say that. Like, I mean that in the literal sense, because that's what math is, right? Math is logic. Math is just illustrating how things are structured. So the core of logic is math itself. So when I say, like, that literally makes no sense, I mean that in every literal sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. Oh, the stock market's not rigged. Well, the stock market is rigged, but that's just from an investment standpoint. Like I said, JMO, I've said my piece. If you want to keep dealing with theta, then keep dealing with theta. I'm telling you right now, it's very impressive that you've been able to make money with theta. And I think that's why it irritates me more, because here we have somebody that I'm like, dude, do you not understand how much more money you would actually make now that you don't have to deal with theta? And they're like, I'm gonna still deal with theta. Why? Like, it's so impressive. Anybody that's day trading options, if you are making money with theta, imagine how much more money you'd be making if you didn't have to deal with that annoying little demon spawn, you know? Just starting out to trade micro futures. I'm excited. Just need to figure out how to get the right. Well, David, what did you trade anything before futures? I guess I can get rid of the rising wedge. You know what? In hindsight now, the rising wedge did play out. For those people that are a little bit looser with their stops, I mean, check it out. You heard me call it here. Rising wedge, bearish pattern broke. And since then, it's just been entering into more so a downtrend now. So the rising wedge strikes again. The rising wedge strikes again. 711 will be my entry. And 700 my stop loss. All right. I appreciate you giving those numbers beforehand. Nothing but respect. That's good stuff. Ukraine-Russia 2022 war. Natural gas rises $10 from $3. How many days to cross $4 now? I'm not quite sure what you're getting at there, Matthew. I'm not quite sure I follow. Man, it's so hot in here. I can't believe those buggers were like, I can hear your fan. Maybe I can try to finagle something else. No, it's not. That's not going to work. Ah. Could you maybe analyze micro E-mini S&P 500? And in what way? Oh, we're getting a pullback. All right. We're getting some of a pullback here. San is in. Ooh, quite the pullback here. Look at this, right? All right, now this is almost. I was thinking about buying at the pivot point there, but that's it's starting to. Let me wait for some would have been fine for a nice little scalpy scalp. Hey, David, I saw you once. The quickest way to get ignored, David, is to spam your question over and over again. I'm trying to trade right now. But I assure you, spamming your question 800,000 times is not a way to get it done. Hey, that's right, son. It happens sometimes, brother. In. Come on. Uh-oh. I hate when it blinks. I'm getting aggressive here. Maybe I shouldn't be, but this is an account where if it goes bye-bye, so be it. But sure, this thing's got to get some bounce here. That blinking blue line is so annoying. I don't know why Tradeovate does that sometimes. Is there news or something out right now? What is all this about? Do we know? How am I not getting filled on these things? There we go. Goodness. It's moving that fast and I can... All right, good, David. Yeah, my point was just if you've traded something else before and then you use charts to trade that something else, well, then you're 97% of the way to trading futures. Johnny got short from 736. Nice job. Jeremy sold too quick. It happens. It happens, Jeremy. I've been there too. It happens, buddy. Don't worry about it. Don't be too hard on yourself. Green is green. Nah. I'm not a fan of that. It's been a while since I've covered this. So the whole, hey, green is green. Hey, you can't go broke taking a profit. All that sort of stuff that you hear. No, that's nonsense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there you go. Those all represents winning trades. And that's the whole, hey, green is green. Hey, you can't go broke taking a profit. It's that sort of attitude. Yeah, and then trade number 10 and something like that. Well, see the problem? Again, a few trades here or there, but no, green is not green. You can go broke taking a profit. How? Well, because if you're constantly cutting yourself short, if you're constantly leaving a ton of money on the table, then eventually a trade's going to show up and it's going to bite you. So yes, you can definitely go broke taking a profit. If you're constantly taking profit way too soon, you're not going to find success. So I do get the idea, but yes, I'm not a fan of that mentality. Can you copy? Yes, you can copy trade up to 5 accounts. Dano. Which, by the way, it's been a while since I've also talked about the copy trading. But another beautiful thing about Pam's plant and prop firms is nuclear explosion growth with a copy trade. So take profit trader, you could have up to 5 accounts, and then you can copy trade. So what that means is, let's say you make one trade, and that one trade you make $200, but you copy that trade to your 4 other accounts. So sure, you only made the one trade for $200, but because you copied it to your 4 other accounts, well, then you actually walk away with $1,000 because you made that one trade 5 times. So copy trading can be a very, very powerful thing. Now, of course, that's a two-sided coin. If you go and decide to act like a degen, well, then you're going to be copy trading your degen behavior. But there is definitely a lot of power, a lot of opportunity with the whole aspect of copy trading. Tradeovate. Tradeovate, the platform I'm using, has their own copy trader involved. So if you don't want to use Tradeovate, then you don't have to. But if you did choose to use Tradeovate, you could use theirs. But yeah, you can just use Replacanto if you want. Yeah, Caleb is one of our resident degens. But like I've said and will always say, if you're a degen and you admit you're a degen, I have no problem with you. As long as Caleb's not going to his family and friends and calling himself a trader, that's fine. But when people like Caleb do that, that's where it gets annoying, because I can't stand in real life when people are like, you say you're a trader, and they're like, oh, didn't you know that's gambling? Or and they have all these bad ideas about it. And I'm so well, yeah, I mean, it can be treated as gambling, but that doesn't mean it's actually gambling. But yeah, if you're a degen and you fess up to being a degen and you're not telling your friends and family that you're a trader, if you just tell them, hey, I'm wise with my money, instead of spending money on a ticket to fly out to Las Vegas, I'm just going to gamble from home, that's fine. Thanks, I'll use your code. Well, thank you, Dano. I appreciate that. Copy trade is how I blew 2 of my accounts. The fee. Round trip is NQ is $5, and the fee of 10 MNQ is $5. Correct. Yes. Yep. Exactly. Oh boy, we're getting a bit of a bearish pattern here. To short that trend line or to not short it? That is the question. I got some wiggle room here. I shorted it. Booyah! Let's go! Let's go! Little scalpy scalp. That was like $125 scalpy scalp in all of 3 seconds. Although time will be the judge. If this thing bounces back up, I'll feel very good about scalping. If this thing continues to collapse, I'm going to be like, why did I pick to scalp? But that's all hindsight. Oh, so right now, yes, I'm saying, why did I choose to scalp? Can you show real quick where the copy trade function in it? It's at the top under accounts, Lobber Dobber. So at the top where you see your account, and then it's got a drop-down menu. If you click on that, it just says group accounts. Or I'm sorry, there's something that says then like manage groups or something like that. So it's better to trade MNQ on TPT. I think that's where you should start. I mean, if you just want pure adrenaline, then yeah, go ahead. Start with NQ. But I'm telling you, NQ, it moves. It moves. So yes, I think people should start with MNQ. Don't have to stay there, but start there. Printer Brothers, you should know the answer to that question based off of you watching how I've traded. So no, I'm not going to answer that because you know. I know you know. And I know you know that I know. Did anybody else take that trend line break with me? Man, that was a nice flush. Let's go, people. Come on now. And I'm out. Up 920 today. Good job, Jack. After how long do you recommend to size up? When you can show that you can handle your emotions and not freak out. But if you take like one MNQ and you feel nothing and you can behave just fine and it's like, okay, try 2 MNQ. And if you're like, okay, I don't feel anything, I'm fine, I can think straight, I can manage my trade, then all right, try 3. But eventually you're going to reach a level where you're going to be like, oh boy, yeah. It's like, that's the sign, all right, you're probably too big a position size. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Well done. So after how long? That's going to be a case-by-case basis, brother. I'm in a variety of accounts. This one right now, I'm just trading a test. But I do have pro accounts. This one right now is just the test that I'm trying to... Because the nice thing about Take Profit Trader is that you can pass as many tests as you want. That way, if you blow up a pro, you can just plug a test one in right away. And there's no fee. I know other prop firms, they charge you to like store accounts or whatever, but not Take Profit Trader. So it's my argument that you should always be, in my opinion, prop firm, like you should always still be working on passing tests so that if something goes haywire with one of your pro accounts, you have something right there that you can plug in right away. So yes, this one right now though is a test that I'm trying to, like I said, keep on moving forward. Plus, it's afternoon trading, and I'm not a great afternoon trader. No, I would never reset a pro account. Way too expensive. Like literally for the price of one pro reset, you could get like 5 or 6 test accounts. Oh yeah, I would not do it. To me, the math doesn't make sense. Because if you think about it, Lobber, you could go for that price to reset the pro account. You could go and just, I'm talking in theory, of course. In theory, you could go buy 5 test accounts for that amount, pass all 5 test accounts, and then you could copy trade all 5 accounts as pros. Why did HNQ drop? I don't know. Have you ever had any issues with withdrawal? Nope. No, nope. Take Profit Trader is amazing. Amazingly fast. Request money whenever you want. Request it in whatever amount you want, whenever, in any amount. I mean, that is Take Profit Traders. That is their competitive advantage, right? That's what separates them from everybody else, is just their payment procedure. Aren't resets $100? Yes. Resets are $100. But yeah, if you want to reset a pro account, then it's very expensive. Like to the point where I would say not worth it. But yes, if you're in the test phase, a reset is $100. But what Labrador is talking about is if you're in a pro account and you blow up the pro account, they'll let you reset it up to 3 times, but the fee they charge is just crazy. Is this another trade right here? With the target being the 200 period moving average. How long have I been doing what? Define this. Trading futures, live streaming. Context match. We got to define our terms here, brother. Streaming, I don't know, 4 months now? All this has been an accident. If you go back and watch the first live stream in the archive, you'll see what I mean. It was literally just pressing buttons, a little interested, and then people just showed up like instantly. I'm like, oh, okay. If someone uses code CLAY, do you also benefit if they also reset that account? Yes, yeah, I do. Yes. I do benefit. But if it takes you 5 tries to pass the eval, then paying for the pro reset is probably worth it. Yeah, I mean, in theory, I guess. I would never do it. To me, it makes... I don't see the math. If I could go and get 5 test accounts, then great. Even if you still only pass 2 of them. So of the 5 that you got, you blow up 3, you still pass 2. Well, now you have 2 pro accounts that you could be copy trading as opposed to just 1. Yeah, exactly. 649. I think that's probably, Jack, that's the 50K account probably. You thinking this goes to 660? Oh, yeah, it's there now, but was I thinking it'd go to 660 at that point? I wasn't, no. TPT is increasing the number of pro accounts you can have at once. It is? Do you have a source for that, Drew? I was not aware that they're gonna let you do more than 5, Drew? What are you talking about? You got a link or something? Can you use profits from your pro account to buy? Yeah, yep. Clay is my favorite. Accident. Thanks, Red Ryan. Yeah. I just can't imagine paying $650 for a reset when you could just go and buy the... Again, the reset we're talking about here is the pro account. Once you get to the pro account, if you blow that up and you don't want to have to go through the test phase again, you can reset the pro account, but that's just very expensive. Labrador. Who was it? Somebody earlier today had that issue, and they got it fixed in like 5 minutes. I don't remember who was that. Yes, but somebody did. They reached out to him and they said they Take Profit Trader got him taken care of really quick. Nate. Yes, it was Nate. Good memory, Ryan. I am interested in potentially a short, but I first need to see some form of weakness. And this interview, when did this interview take place, Drew? You might, Drew. If this is not true, you're on the verge of getting banned because that's epic news. That if you're just teasing us all, that's like a bannable offense. TBT is increasing the number of pro accounts you can have at once. Because right now it's 5. That is a bannable offense to throw out such a great statement like that for it to not be true. Hey, Clay Andorian guy. Yeah, Raul, I remember the name. I'm little by little adopting your way of trading, better said, not exposing yourself. Good. I'm glad you're finding some value. Has anybody else heard this? Can anybody confirm that Take Profit Trader is expanding the amount of pro accounts you can have beyond 5? Can anybody confirm or deny this? Can anybody confirm or deny? I have not heard of anything. You watched the interview on Friday, Drew, or it happened on Friday? Yeah, that's what he said, an interview. Like, what interview? Send me the link, Drew, down to the interview. Yeah. You're in banning territory right now. This is a bannable offense out of just pure sheer teasing. To say such a glorious thing and then to have it be not true. Bannable offense. All right, we're looking at a potential short here. I want to see it come up here, hit this line, and then come back down, and then I'd be interested. So step one, we'll see if it comes back up. Like I said, email me the link. And you can't drop links in here anyways. I'm pretty sure that's the chat doesn't work like that. I think only I can do the links. Again, if this thing wants to come up to the green line, hit it, and then come back down, I'm going to be interested in a short. Just email me the link. I want to see this interview. I short at 682. Where's your stop at? Oh, I'm sorry. You said short loss. 692. All right. Yeah, you already said that. Yes, email it just to me, Drew. Come on, man. When I say email me, I literally mean me. Me. Me, myself, and I. Correct, Caleb. That's the policy that I'm aware of. But Drew is making some sort of claim that it's about to go beyond that. What do you mean scrap it? It hasn't stopped you out. Drew! Oh, I'm going to lose my mind, Drew. Because I know for sure you know how to email me. Yeah, I know for sure you know how to email me. And you know what I mean when I say that. Just email me the link. That's all I'm asking, brother. Oh, he's walking on thin ice big time. To say such a thing, that it would be epic. All right, coming up here. Yeah, let's roll. Okay, stop is that green line here. This is either going to get rejected or it's coming up, stop me out. And I'll still be plenty green on the account. Not looking so good for me, though. And I am out. All right. Well, that one didn't work. I tried. Thought maybe it would want to get rejected back down. It didn't. Yeah, I took a loss on that one, too. Ooh, this is looking good, though, right here. Based on the 5 minute. I try to move. I was going to drag that line down because I wanted a little bit more from it, but it took me out before I could even get in there. Uh-oh, now we can't find it. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Makes the claim, and then all of a sudden, well, I don't know where it went. Uh-oh. I could see another, yeah, short here. Yeah, I got plenty of wiggle room. Why not? Why not? This is a good little trade here. Okay. Okay, so I still have 3 left. Could still be a losing trade, but I mitigated the risk via position size. So my position size is smaller. I locked in some gains. But overall, this still could be a losing trade. Just it'll be a very, very, very minimal losing trade. But yeah, let's see if we can get this thing to roll over here with 3 contracts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If I do get stopped out, like I said, it'll be very, very minimal losing trade. Okay, JMO, I'd encourage you to, if you, I'm going to be stopped out. I'm out. So, JMO, if you play the could game, you're never going to make a trade in your life. The could or the might game, you'll never trade. It could break and retest. Yeah, it could also just break and boom. So, there's really 0 point in playing the could or might game. You'll never even leave your house. Because if you leave your house, you could get hit by a truck. Then again, if you stay at home, a plane could drop out of the sky and land on your house. My laptop died just in the trip. Oh, yeah. The stop was, I like the 5 minute here. What a grind back up, though. Caleb, you're trolling, right, Caleb? That's got to be a trolling post. Classics, are you talking to me? Classics? What is going on here? Okay, maybe. Okay, there you go. There we go. Okay. Long or short? I'm neither. Still, if I was in something, these numbers would be moving around. I almost lost my mind. Classics was about to get banned when he asked me, "Are you in calls or puts?" Like, dude, you know, like for sure that I'm not day trading options here. Like, why? But he cried. He's like, so, he meant long or short. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, we still got a ways before the 5. I still like the 5 minute, depending on what kind of candle we get here. No, it's not the same difference. Calls or puts are very different things. Calls and puts are like options. So we'll see how this 5 minute turns out. So that's what I'm watching. We'll just watch that off screen though. What would that actually be? 700. 10-point stop, 100. Oh, yeah, it's still. Okay. Yes, I'm talking to myself a little bit here. So what I'm thinking is if it comes down to the $700 or 700 mark to get short and my stop will be above the highs, which would be about a 10-point risk. Like I said, that would require this to come back down. What we were looking at was just the 5 minute there. Here we are looking at the 2 minute. Is there specific sizes on Mahdi? You aren't, if I remember right, Mahdi, aren't you in Pakistan? Or do I have you confused with somebody else? But aren't you in Pakistan? If my memory serves me. Oh, you're in the. Okay. Yes, there's. These are the sizes. The purchasing power, then it tells you the size right here. So for the 50K, you could get up to 6 of the very volatile contracts, or you could get 60 of the less volatile. That is a specific size. Or if you go to the 150K purchasing power, that could get you 15 of the very volatile contracts or 150 of the less volatile. Make sense? If I was anything, these numbers here would be changing and fluctuating. Classics. Okay, Siri, like I've always wondered about you, but now this is why I do wonder. Okay, I want to just be fair. Like, so for the people that are here, was it, in my mind, didn't I just have the 5 minute over here like not that long ago? Like, give me a 1 if you remember me pulling over this 5 minute chart and talking about things on the 5 minute chart. Does anybody remember that, or is this just me making that up? It could be me making it up because we're about 4 hours in. So maybe my mind. So even Classics gives me a 1. Then what are you talking about that I should trade on the 5 minute? If you already know that I'm trading on the 5 minute. Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you a troll, Classics? This is the stuff that's going to drive me to early retirement from the live stream. The guy that's like, you should trade on the 5 minute. What doesn't anybody remember me trading or showing the 5 minute? Oh, I remember it. What do you tell me I should trade on the 5 minute? No, just curious. Well, Classics. Again, maybe I have a flaw in this logic, but if I was showing the 5 minute and explaining things on the 5 minute, wouldn't the logic conclude that therefore I do use the 5 minute to trade? Like, isn't that the logic there or no? No, not the market that makes us tense. I'm not tense. I'm plenty green on this account. But some. ENTX. Okay, nothing like somebody just dropping a random ticker. I'm guessing it's just a piece of garbage stock. Let's see. Do we think it's above or below $1? Before I pull it up, what are the guesses? A for above, B for below. What's your guess? I'm going, I'll go with B. And when I say above $1, I mean it's still probably down below $10. And don't cheat. Because when people just show up with these random tickers, I bet it's just all right. So it is at least. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, no, yeah, ENTX, no thanks. No thanks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, brother. What's the name of that song? Yeah, man, narrow on, but this stream's about over. Hey, Drew. Caleb just did a little research. He's saying you're cray cray. I might have to get out the ban button for this. Now, Caleb, to be fair, did you actually do a thorough search Because I don't want to be giving Drew a hard time if you're like, well, I did like a... Yeah, I old boy. That's good logic. I can agree with that. I don't know. That seems like a bannable offense to me. Well, we are coming up on the 4-hour mark. So I am going to go ahead and, I don't know. Should I call it good? I am offering this as a FYI on Thursday. So let me just throw out a couple things real quick. Free webinar. So come check that out this Thursday and learn about the tools I'm using, how I build consistency, how I manage risk. Make sure you have the right framework. And then also computer-wise, want to send this guide to everybody because this company built my computer. I'm very, very happy with them. So I don't get paid or anything if you sign up for that guide. But if you are if you're anywhere close to thinking about upgrading your computer, getting a new computer, building your own computer, maybe thinking about having somebody else build it, check out that guide. Very, very helpful guide. Like I said, this company built my current computer. It's amazing, but I will also say that guide is actually very helpful. Even if you don't ever use them and you decide to build your own computer, that guide is helpful in that regard too. So make sure you check out that. And then also, again, if you want to get into the world of Pam's Plant, which is trading the prop firm, day trading futures through a prop firm. If you enjoy, if you want to support the channel, code Clay makes that happen. And I really appreciate it if you, like I said, if you're enjoying, if you find value, and if you want to support somebody else, if you like somebody else's channel better, or whatever, that's fine. Go use their code. It is what it is. But if you do enjoy what I got going on here, then code Clay is a way that, like I said, you'll get the promotions anyways. But then, so whether you're with Take Profit Trader or Apex, like I said, code Clay will give you the current deals. But again, make sure if you are a beginner, definitely, you'll want to start with Take Profit Trader. So thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Take care, everybody.